What's up, Winter Grove? Whoa. That's been a minute. What is up? Hey, Artemis. I haven't seen you in a long time. What's up, Kelly? Yeah, Raymond doesn't count. Raymond's first thought was, is that eyeliner? Yeah, I hope you have a good day, Wendy. Alright. I don't know how busy it'll be with it being the 4th. Oh, I love the cup. Yeah, take 2, right? This time I'm sober, though. Vulcan said I'm not. That's funny. Completely sober. Where the fuck have you been?
Currently in China. And all of Asia for the next until like the 18th. It's about 1 o'clock right now.
1 a.m.?
Yeah.
What are you doing in China?
12 hours. Paleontology.
Hell yeah, dude.
I got a paleontology like intern thing.
That's so cool.
For about 3 weeks.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
I love that for you, dude.
Hi guys.
What is
I
up?
missed you. Oh my gosh.
Fucking avoid an ass nerd.
A bitch? First of all, avoidant is not it. I'm busy. I'm like obviously making bombs with my chemistry, you know?
That's actually a super good idea.
It's not that hard.
No.
Oh, and fucking Ravis? Dude, everyone, holy shit.
You can very easily make a boom boom with portobello mushrooms. Dried portobello mushrooms.
Steamed maple brev.
Just for the science aspect of it, do you mind teaching me how to make a pipe bomb or?
Whoa.
There's a guy on like YouTube who can make napalm really easily.
Oh my gosh.
You can also make solid rock. You can also make like a diet version of. You can also make like the the Timu version of solid rocket fuel.
They use like corn syrup to make napalm because it's so processed that it just burns
can.
forever.
Raymond on YouTube. I'm curious, if a family member gets in an accident and other family members are praying to God for safe healing, what do y'all do? Do y'all believe in luck? Well, I'm not going to pray to a non-existent unicorn.
Or Spider-Man.
Yeah, why would I pray to Spider-Man for someone that's in a hospital?
Quarks did not come out of nothing. They came from energy fields after the Big Bang, I'm pretty sure.
I thought the quarks came before the Big Bang.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think they emerged.
So where we
no,
need sober.
This is why we need sober.
Quarks just give mass to protons and neutrons.
So y'all don't pray.
Up, down.
Correct. Yes, we don't pray, dude. The fuck?
Yeah, I think up, down is a proton, and then down, up is a neutron, and then electrons themselves have. But they also just give. Quarks just give. So there's 6 types of quarks that we know of. There's up and down, strange and charming, and then there's. I forget what the third pair is.
Dude, it is raining like a motherfucker here.
Oh my gosh, all of the rain left Texas, so I'm cooked. And
Alright, I'm gonna call my girlfriend because she. Yeah,
your
can call.
girlfriend.
Valid.
Alright, Charlotte Wengrove, I don't even know you, okay, so.
What's up, Bert?
See you later.
Damn, Artemis.
So what have I missed in like the past millennia that I've been gone?
Not much. I actually haven't streamed in about a week.
Really? Interesting.
Yep.
Cody doesn't love us anymore, so come
Yeah.
around.
Y'all must not believe in out-of-body experiences. No, we don't. We believe in facts and logic.
You know, I can never like imagine what an out of body experience is. Like what does that even mean?
I mean, I would say, I guess, kind of for me, an out of body experience would kind of be like, what? Kind of, you know how sometimes you feel like you're watching your own life through a glass window? That's, for me, that's what an out of body experience is. But for them, they're like, my soul left my body, and I was reborn, and I smoked too much weed, and I got here. And now they're all like crazy. No, honey, you already went outside. I'm not letting you out again. Because I have to do stuff. Sorry, my dog.
Nature, yes. Nature in a cape, no. Do y'all believe we have a soul? Why would we? Raven, you have a lot of questions.
The thing with what, like, that's how I could possibly think of it, but I feel like when they're talking about it, they're describing something like Stranger Things type of, like, out-of-body experience.
Like in a different universe kind of thing.
Like, I don't know if you guys ever seen, like, in Stranger Things, in, like, the Marvel Universe, Doctor Strange, there's this one character where she has the ability to push a soul out of a body, so the body's still there, and then the soul's kind of like behind watching everything.
That's what I was through a glass window. Like, you're not you.
Like your soul is literally out. So like, oh, it's so hard to describe.
Rational, you need to request up if you're
What
gonna
is that
keep...
called? Like derealization? There's a word for it.
Yeah, hold up. I'll see if I can find a clip
Rational.
of it and then I'll show you.
Everyone questions science. Everyone questions... Science is a self-correcting method. The point of science is to try and prove things incorrect and or correct, and it proves itself incorrect.
Jesus fuck. Dude, it's hot.
Redshift doesn't prove energy being created local. I'm sorry you don't understand basic physics. Science
are
does
now
disprove
in
your
the
God. Yeah, rational. Your God exists outside of time. According to science and general relativity, anything outside of time can't have causal relation with time. Therefore, your God can't be true. Thank you. Come again. If you guys actually have balls, you can request up and have a conversation about it instead of whining.
Yeah, come on up. What is it that Cody used? Not Cody. That fucking my brain's off. Come up. I'll disprove the flood again. Something like that.
Theists, come on in. It used to be theists, come on in. Evan can debunk the flood again.
This is what I feel like they're trying to describe when it comes to an out-of-body experience.
Okay. Now that that fucking fly is gone. What, Loki? Is that what you're trying to show me right now?
Oh, god damn it. Oh,
They call me Doctor Strange at the club.
Oh, okay.
What's up, Elijah?
That's normal.
Why are you an atheist?
Why are you
Why do you
12
not
on an
believe in
Why are
18
you
plus?
like 12? Whoa. Oh. That was interesting.
Sammy! Damn it, Sammy!
this is what I at least think of when they're talking about an out-of-body experience.
Oh, we have many humble discussions. I'm sorry, you're a dumbass, rational. You should request up. We only meet people when they say 2 + 2 = 6.
Quite literally.
I mean, I can make an argument for 2 + 2 = 5.
I hate you
not
so
7.
much sometimes.
I can't do 6. I can't.
How can you make an argument for 2
You know
plus
what?
2 equals 5?
All right. So there's this thing in mathematics called the rounding principle, right? It's so the information before the equal sign. Is
Oh,
round-
Wendy, it's making me drop you.
What? Why?
I have no clue. It's not
Because you're
saying.
driving.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
because you're driving.
Yeah.
I can give it to you in the thing, but so in the rounding principle, you round before the equal sign. During
No, I don't kick
the-
people instantly, rational. I do kick Philbros instantly, usually. Because
Well,
Philbros
you
are
haven't
pathetic.
talking about. You haven't been talking about anything philosophy from what I've seen. It's been pure science. So if this is a good conversation,
We
that
don't
might
kick
happen.
you. Yeah, if you're going to talk science, we're not going to kick you. If you're going to talk God, we're not going to kick you. If you're going to talk supernatural, we're not going to kick you. If you're a fucking idiot and we explain something 45 times in a row and you say some stupid shit like slavery is good, we're going to kick you for being a loser.
Oh yeah, get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, if you're complaining about being kicked, it means that there's something wrong with you and you deserve to be kicked and you don't deserve any sort of a platform. And if you want to
See,
cry
you
like a
know,
little bitch continuously, go to a channel that gives a fuck.
Also, there's 34 of you motherfuckers. We need to tap that screen like Jesus got tapped by the Romans and share this goddamn live out.
Nice eyeliner, thank you. I've gotten pretty good at applying it too. I can do it really quickly now.
I would look so like I already have
You're a good
the
looking
level
dude.
of hair. I already have the level of hair where if I were to put eyeliner on, I'm emo. That solidifies it.
You'd look really good with eyeliner.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yes, I would.
Burden of proof upon you if you are claiming. I already fucking debunked your God. You're incapable of requesting up to provide a defeater argument. Like that's, dude. I already debunked your God. I haven't provided any defeater except for special pleading and crying like a bitch. Like, stop crying. Request up or move on. I'm gonna have to mute you if you don't shut the fuck up with your crying. Oh my god, all he does is kick people. Oh my god, he's so mean. Oh no, he's mean. It's the internet. Swipe on, dude. Jesus.
Exactly. It's the internet. People are gonna bitch and whine at you.
That's valid. That is valid. That is valid. Is that eyeliner? Abso-fucking-lutely it is, and I rock it. Makes no sense how they'll type paragraphs instead of requesting. I know, it's hilarious. I love that like 90% of the comments these days are, OMG, is that eyeliner? You fucking fairy. Or, he's so mean. Don't fucking talk to him. He's so mean. See, there's someone worth talking to. Jujalo. I think the only possible, at least more legit evidence for Supernatural's abnormal experiences. Don't label all of them as hallucinations. So here's the thing. There is absolutely no justification for it to be supernatural. Therefore, I have no reason to believe it's anything other than a hallucination.
I'm testing my house's electric system. I'm running the microwave and the air fryer on the same outlet. We'll see what happens.
What? Oh.
Yeah, there is no such thing as supernatural, because once we figure out what it is, what the causal mechanism is, it is now therefore natural. Even if ghosts turned out to be real, it wouldn't be supernatural, it'd be natural. Their fingers on their phones work better than their brains in discussions. Look at you getting feisty.
Also, Wendy, what I was referring to with the 2 + 2 = 5 is so when you're using the rounding principle, you round before the equal signs, but you don't round while you're adding them up. And so you could have 2.48 plus 2.48. Once you add them to the other side, you'll also apply the rounding principle, which means it would equal 4.9 set or 6, and you can round that up to 5. So that means 2 + 2 = 5.
Would you consider paganism in the same realm as atheism? Dependent. Oh, you are super quiet.
What?
And I'm going to get gas. But I wouldn't say that, because when we think of 2 + 2 = 4, we're thinking of 2 solid. So not 2.0001, we're thinking of just 2.0 solid. You can't use that loophole when you're not using the specific terminology for 2.497. You know what I mean?
Well, as long as I'm using the rounding principle, and like so, principles of mathematics vary a little bit. So like different people will use different principles. Most people just use whole number principles. But if I say, even if I don't say I'm using the rounding principle, it's a loophole, and it technically is valid. It's just one of those things that's like, fuck.
It's just the specifications of it, I would say, are what limit the principle.
No, I got to exchange.
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta mute and buying gas.
Man, the comments are like chirping today, but there's nobody with fucking balls to request up.
Yeah. You guys, if you're wanting to request up and have a chat about it, go for it. We had a hour-long discussion with the biggest flat earth loser yesterday.
Yeah, I had to leave during that. He got my heckles too high up.
Oh, yeah. I was cortisol maxing.
I was sitting here like, the rage.
Oh, Faye, you didn't get to see what he said after you left.
I can only imagine. The thing is that like,
Rational,
stupid
you need to
people-
request up. The definition of atheist is one who lacks belief in a god or gods.
Also, so Robbie, I'm just gonna tell you, he tried to defend genocide.
Ah, well, very classic Christian argument.
Hey, Rudd, what's feminine about eyeliner?
Nothing. It's an unfair standard.
Considering eyeliner was made for men.
Men use makeup and eyeliner in movies too, so if your favorite movie is Top Gun, you must know he has eyeliner and a little bit of mascara on.
That's true.
Also, Walker, Texas Ranger wears eyeliner, so most manly you can get.
Like that.
They have to have eyeliner because it reduces the glare of the sun.
Well, Rational's never going to request, so I'm just going to start ignoring every single comment from him.
Ooh, 339. What?
Captain Jack Sparrow wore eyeliner and he is super hot. Fucking facts.
The hottest man alive, David
Here,
Bowie.
we can get you in here, bro. Let me get the link
I
up.
bet Tom Selleck wore eyeliner in his prime.
Literally, anybody who says if you watch or listen to heavy metal, I can almost guarantee they are wearing eyeliner or some form of makeup. And also, you're getting the YouTube link open.
Ozzy Osbourne
Yeah.
wore like crazy eyeliner too.
Alright, for those on YouTube that want to call in, there's the link.
Oh, did you figure out how to get it connected to where they can hear us as well?
No,
Okay.
I haven't
So we
chatted
gotta
with GE
stay,
yet.
we gotta stay silent for that part.
Yeah,
OBS.
they usually don't last long. I usually get trolls on YouTube. I don't have a Twitch. Well, we do game on Twitch, but I don't use it very often.
Ooh, wait, you have a Twitch stream?
Yeah, sometimes
Guys,
I'll
I have
throw
a
up a
Twitch
game.
stream too.
Haley
Nobody
does
in
stream
Evidence
often.
First ever watches my Twitch streams. Maybe it's because I'm lame, but just say that.
What games do you play?
Depends on the day. What games you want me to play? That guy's drunk.
Yeah, she's a genuine gamer.
So I'm between right now. I'm between
A Switch stream.
Dead by Daylight and maybe Overwatch. I do Minecraft sometimes. Roblox.
Fuck yeah. So look,
That person that
Your
was
next
asking to
stream.
request in YouTube still hasn't requested. You should request up, buddy.
yeah, for your next stream, what you should do is learn how to how a command block works.
What?
She said that she plays Minecraft sometime. In Minecraft, there's these things called a command block. They're basically these blocks that you can input, like code, you could say. And I want to see if she can learn them. When I played Minecraft, I was obsessed with them. So
Atheist
It
have a god
depends.
too.
I
You
used
should
to
request
I
up.
used to code, so I don't. What does it take? Does it take Java or something else? does it have its
Java,
own-
Bedrock,
Request up, Art Coach.
it's on both. I don't know how it works exactly on Java. I
No,
know
I
how it
mean-
works on.
I mean, what coding language does it take?
Minecraft has its built-in one. So like, if you're playing Bedrock, for an example, if you put in /give @s command _ block, they'll give you a command block. It has its own like language. You can go on like YouTube and things, and they have a lot of tutorials and everything. It's really fun once you get into it, and it's very simplified as well. Some things are a little complex, but it depends on just what you're doing.
So if there's one thing I would say it is a survival builder. So code, like the blocks are not something that I'm familiar with, considering I gather all my materials and I duplicate that shit in a duplicator the hard way.
Fair.
Yeah, that's how physicists say rational.
I mean, usually I'm either playing. You guys know me. I'm either playing Warframe, or Elden Ring, or Marvel Rivals.
I play Rivals.
Ugh, Marvel Rivals. Are we serious, dog?
But Rivals is so easy. It's so easy.
Canary is
I
fucking
mean,
with you,
it
Jaden.
depends on your rank, but yeah.
Well, if you're like me
Bro,
and you
you're
go
having a hard
between
time getting on
Overwatch,
YouTube.
you go between Overwatch and Rivals. Rivals is so
They
much
have-
easier than Overwatch.
Wait, Rivals on like Roblox or what? What are we talking
No, we're talking about Marvel Rivals.
about? Oh, okay.
And request up,
But-
Canary. There you are. All right, finally. No more gaming talk.
Oh, okay. Let me mute.
What's up, Canary?
Not much, man. How you guys doing?
Doing all right. You over the age of 18?
Yeah, I'm 30.
All right. Would you like to talk about whatever god you believe in or the supernatural in general?
Yeah, sure. I believe in Yaldabaoth, the demiurge. I believe
Oh.
that the world is evil and constructed by a false god, and Sophia and the Pleroma is where we need to get to. What y'all think about that?
Well, I was hoping we'd have an
Gnostic.
actual conversation.
No,
Oh,
that's Gnostic beliefs to the T.
That's Gnostic?
Did I give you that impression
Yep.
from my earlier comments? Is that what you thought from my earlier comments first?
That you're trolling? Yeah.
I thought you knew I was fucking around. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Jaden's. I'll leave you alone if you want to, man. But,
Well,
I
let's
know.
see. What's up?
Wow.
Gaga, what is up?
Haven't we talked to Gaga before?
Gaga, you're over the age of 18?
Yeah, I'm 24. I wanted to confirm, host, are you the person I talked to yesterday about the World Cup?
Yes, that was us.
Oh,
I remember.
okay. All right. Yeah, I came back to say my bad, guys.
Oh.
I was wrong. I was completely wrong. The witch doctor is lying. He said Cape Verde was going to win against Argentina. Turned out to be wrong. So, yeah, I retract my earlier statement. I came to say that.
That's how 100% of those go. Well,
But yeah.
I mean, we already knew it wasn't true based on the most likely scenarios. There's no
Yeah, I just-
supernatural.
I was really hoping he was gonna be correct, but he wasn't. So I was like,
It's
no.
not possible. That's the thing. The answer is in psychology.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's all I'm
I
telling you.
genuinely
100% of them
believed
are
it too. I
debunked.
genuinely believed.
And that is
The-
why
the
we do
curse was
this.
actually
We're trying to
real.
teach people how to think critically. Do curses work? Yes. Because of psychology, not because of some magical fucking realm.
Damn.
There's no such
Alright,
thing as
Chad,
magic.
Chad, we gotta lock in, man.
You
We're
are
at 3K
absolutely amazing
likes.
for coming back up and admitting that, though. Most people don't do that, so props to you.
No, because like I literally told my husband, I was like, honey, I went on this live yesterday and they were talking about like whether or not spirituality existed, and I talked to them about like the witch doctor thing and they didn't believe me. But when Cape Verde wins, I'm gonna go up and tell them, see, I was right. And they lost. So I was like, okay, I have to go tell them I'm wrong.
Well, even if they did win, it's not evidence of magic.
Come on. Come on.
I can say right now that one of these two teams is going to win, and I have a 50% chance of being correct. That's not magic.
True, although I mean, I'd say that it's not like 50-50, especially because like Argentina is like the world champions.
How many teams are there?
There's two, yeah.
That is literally, by definition, a 50-50 chance. Like it is just a 50-50
I don't
chance.
agree.
You don't agree that flipping
I
a
don't
coin
agree.
is a 50-50?
No, I'm saying like just because there are two like options doesn't mean like the probability is 50-50. Like that's like saying like if I went against like Magnus Carlsen, the probability of me winning would be 50, but it's probably like 0.1%, you know?
I'm just saying, if there are two parties, there's quite literally a 50-50% chance. That is exactly how that works. And because these are two professional teams, you're not getting a
Mm-hmm.
toddler that's going up against Messi. You're
Yeah.
getting two professional players that have played in the game for years.
So what we would
So it's
call
not- it's
that,
not-
Gua, is a false equivalency logical fallacy. You're trying to equate two professionals going against each other versus a newborn and a professional going against each other. It doesn't work.
So, Waterman, they are obsessed with your eyeliner.
Dude,
dog.
I know. That's
he
why
literally said
I literally
all-
put it on 2 seconds before I started the stream. Just for
He
this.
literally said, all I hear is eyeliner.
I think he thinks men are not allowed to
Rational,
wear eyeliner.
you can request up. You're done talking. You're annoying me. Request up if you want to talk.
I think that's the difference between how me and you run our lives. I'll let him yap because of engagement.
I just want him to grow a pair of balls. Sometimes the only way to get them up is
Like,
to force them.
I have never seen any male theist with less, like, I've never seen any men with less of a pair of balls than me. Like, how can I have more nuts than you? That makes no sense.
And the nail polish. Fuck yeah. You know it. Got some
Yay,
galaxy
I
shit
have
going
nail
on.
polish too.
I have my nails done.
I'm a pagan, but I used to be a Christian. Yeah, I am a atheist witch. I practice witchcraft.
Host, do you like my nail polish?
Hell yeah, I
Okay.
can't see it though. I can't see pink.
Are you colorblind?
Yeah.
For real?
No.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, you can find out a more likelihood of winning, but it's still a 50-50 chance because you don't know if that person is going to miss the kick. You don't know if that person's going to fuck up on a drill. You don't know all these things. So yeah, is the person statistically have a higher win rate? Yes. Are they still human? Yes. Is it still 1v1, therefore 50-50? Yes.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. I mean, it was definitely a big upset because Cape Verde is, a very, very small team from a very, very small country, and they're very underdog basically, right? So like the fact that they were able to score twice and literally almost like they held Argentina to the line the entire time, that is huge. Like I am so proud and happy for them. A little bit sad that they didn't win, but
Yeah.
I'm really happy that they managed to make it so far. Like, oh my god, I love that team so
Yeah,
much.
that's
I
valid.
genuinely do.
What is evil if there's no objective good? Oh man, yeah, there's no such thing as objective morals. Morals are actually learned through ethics, the study of ethics. And they are subjective. What is the definition of subjective? I'm so glad you asked. Anything that changes in accordance with taste, feelings, and opinions. And that means it is mind dependent or stance dependent. And if it comes from the God of your mind, it is therefore subjective. If there is no God, it is subjective. If it is in accordance with society and culture, which it is therefore subjective. There is no objectivity to morals.
Wait, so host, I have a question. Is it
Yeah.
you or someone else? Someone else said up here that they're a witch?
I am, yeah.
Oh, you.
That's
Oh,
why I found it
really?
funny that you were talking
Oh.
about a witch, because I am one and I know how it works.
Oh, okay. So I thought, when you said you're atheist,
Yep, I'm an
like
atheist.
you cannot be. Oh, you can be an atheist and a witch at the same time?
Atheist
which
just
is
means
not
lack of belief in God or gods. There are atheists that believe in ghosts. There are atheists that believe in certain types of deities. The universe has energy. I don't believe in any of that. I'm an empiricist, but yeah, okay. When you light a candle, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and meditate on having a good day, and then you blow the candle out, it's not magical. It's psychological.
Okay.
Yeah.
My
Oh,
friend
so
is into like Greek pantheism, so she does these like spells for like Persephone or whatever, and she'll get her candles and she'll be like I invite these happy things into my life, and like I need to think more positive, and then it's like she believes in whatever God she believes in, and then she makes a little offering like flowers or something. And it's all subjective onto whether or not, because sometimes like I think Cody, the first thing I learned
What
about
the
him was
fuck?
he did like a money spell or something where he just kind of burns like these bay leaves and puts them in a necklace. And
Here's
he's
my
like,
money jar.
yeah, he was like, I will be rich.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna get a jet.
it does help. It genuinely does help.
Okay, so you're saying that it's like more of a psychological thing as opposed to like an actual like magical thing happening.
Well, yeah, we've studied it. Like Carl Jung, like the father of psychology, even tells you
Okay,
that
I'm gonna be
doing
right back, you guys.
tarot
I have
cards
to.
is good. Like it helps. It's
I-
really
I'll-
smart to do.
I'll be right back, you guys.
You're
I
fine.
have to reset my phone. It's fucking tripping balls right now.
You're good. It's like tarot cards, for instance. You pull a tarot card and it has meaning. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you are going to subconsciously attribute that to some specific thing in your life. There's nothing magical about it. The reason it seems to be accurate is because it's a subconscious understanding of what's currently going on in your life and the likelihood of what you actually desire and what you're going to go make happen. It has nothing to do with energy of the universe coming towards you or anything like that.
Oh, okay. That's really interesting. So, did you say that you're pagan as well?
I mean, witchcraft is a form of paganism, yeah.
Oh, okay. So like, are you part of like any specific type of paganism or just like eclectic?
I do chaos witchcraft.
Oh, okay. That's really nice. I did learn a little bit about witchcraft when I was like 19 years old. But then I converted to Christianity later on, so I stopped learning about it. So that got cut
Pause.
off.
How do you bless water?
How do I bless water? Well, okay. I know about how to cleanse, but bless, I'm not sure.
How do you cleanse water?
You use white sage.
Witchcraft. All right. Have you ever blown out candles on a birthday?
Yes, I have.
Witchcraft. Have you ever celebrated Christmas?
Yes.
Witchcraft. It's called Yule. Have you ever done Halloween?
Yes. Samhain
Witchcraft.
or Samhain.
Samhain.
Yes.
Or Samhain, sorry. It's actually Samhain. There is no Sam. So that's all witchcraft. You practice witchcraft as a fucking Christian. And to bless water in witchcraft, you're going to take, or in Christianity, you're going to take your water, your purified water, you're going to take salt and sprinkle it in the form of a cross, and you're going to say blessings over it. Witchcraft. You
Okay.
practice witchcraft. Every religion does.
That's really good. So I'll just tell you like what I remember. Tell me if I say something wrong, okay? So what I learned is that there's like many different types of magic that you can use. For example, there's shadow magic, which is like a lot to do with like journaling. And then there's
Well, it's called shadow work. Yeah.
Oh, shadow work, yeah, not shadow magic, sorry, shadow work. And then there's also divination, which is sometimes you can use like tarot cards, you can use horoscopes as well. There's deity work, for example, if you want to like work with a deity. There's also crystal magic or crystal work when you use crystals. There's like lunar magic where like you look at phases of the moon and things. So that's what I remember learning about. There's green magic, so like when you grow your own herbs and you use herbs, and so that's what I learned. And it was really interesting.
Yeah, I use it all.
Yeah, I don't think any of that is bad, really. If you're doing everything for good purposes.
Well,
I don't think that's sinful.
didn't Jesus put herb and mud and dirt on someone's eyes to heal them? Witchcraft.
I don't remember that part specifically, but yeah.
Even Jesus did witchcraft.
In a Catholic funeral, they have to light these herbs on, like, you know, the little smoker that they kind of just fling around during a funeral to like give them well wishes. That's also considered witchcraft.
Oh, saying bless you after someone sneezes? Witchcraft.
Yeah. But can I ask something? So what do you think about like curses and hexes and stuff like that?
Yeah, they work. It's all psychology though.
Oh, okay. Do you think it won't work if like someone doesn't know that you've put a curse on them?
It will work if I've any sort of interaction with the person. Like
Okay.
in any way, even if I know someone that knows that person and I don't interact with that person, but someone else knows that I did what I did or I'm acting different, etc., and they talk to that person, it can still work. It's all psychology.
Okay, okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I personally like, so don't get mad at me for this, because I was still young and learning, but the specific people that I was learning this from were Wiccans, you know, and like I later learned that there's some problematic things in Wicca, so I stopped being part of that group, but a lot of them did teach me like a little bit about like magic and stuff. But they said specifically that you should not put like hexes on anyone. Like they only believe in like what's it called? Um, is it right hand path? You know, where they say you cannot do anything negative, you can only do positive things. But yeah,
They believe in the threefold law, yeah. Which technically,
yeah, exactly.
again, is technically true. There is negative effects to doing hexes and whatnot, because if you like curse someone and then you start thinking about it, it's going to negatively affect you. So you do have to be careful with how you do things, because psychology works both ways, on others and on yourself. But
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not a
exactly.
Wiccan. Wicca is a religion.
Yeah. So do you think Wicca is bad?
Nope. Yeah, think about
Okay,
it this
that's
way.
good.
What part of Wicca says that you're going to burn for eternity?
No part.
Yeah, which part of Wicca says that it's okay to own, beat, and kill slaves?
No part.
Yeah. Which part of Wicca says genocide's okay and you should go do it because I said so? Yeah, the Bible says all of that stuff. So, Wicca's a really good religion.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Basically, any religion that's not Abrahamic is pretty fucking good, because there's 45,000 denominations of Christianity. Not even the Christians can agree with the Bible. And then when you look outside of Christianity, you're going to have Hinduism, Buddhism, Wicca, paganism. All these guys are super loving. They just care about living their best life. And if they can help someone, they help someone. If someone has quote unquote bad energy, they just fuck off from them. Whereas the Bible says, tooth for tooth, eye for eye. I came to separate mother from child, father from son. If you do not hate the world, hate yourself, and hate each other, and give everything up, you will not inherit the kingdom of heaven. If you do not celebrate this blood ritual where a human supposedly sacrificed himself in the most brutal way possible, you won't go to heaven. Yeah, every religion is better than the Abrahamics.
Yeah, no, that's definitely fair.
Also, every day of the week, pagan god.
Yeah, I think the Norse pantheon, if I'm not wrong.
Majority, yeah. Have you ever read the Church Fathers or looked into Orthodoxy? Yeah, it's stupid. I'm
Yeah,
not dumb enough for faith.
Aroma, can I just say that I personally don't really agree with the Orthodox Church, because they there's a lot of stuff that I think is wrong. Like, for example, they think that people should not have control over their bodies in marriage, and I think
I don't care what your
I
church
don't think
fathers
that's
said,
right.
Aroma. Your church fathers believe in the Bible, and the Bible said what I said. You worship people. You don't worship the God of your Bible. What's up, period?
Yeah, hi. I wanted to make a few questions and ask. Do you know what epistemology is?
Yeah.
And have you looked into atheistic naturalist epistemology?
Nope.
Okay.
What do you think
Now,
it is?
can I? What do I think it is, or what it is?
Well, what do you think epistemology is? Because saying atheistic epistemology doesn't mean anything, because atheist
It
just means
does.
lack of
It
belief in God or
actually
gods.
does.
Epistemology is a school
Yeah,
of truth and how you find
okay.
knowledge.
Yeah, there's something called naturalist epistemology, which claims our only source of evidence, our only source of reason, logic, and knowledge, okay, is a outcome of evolution and naturalism. And I believe this makes some inherent epistemic contradiction.
Okay.
And can I go forward my argument now?
No, I don't
Explain how
care.
it makes. What do you mean you don't care?
I don't follow that.
So you're not a naturalist.
Not hardly. You're supposed to use every form of epistemology when it's in its category.
Not necessarily.
Would
don't have to.
would you use empiricism to prove a magical unicorn exists?
Wait, when did I use empiricism? I'm using
I
its
didn't
own
say you did.
epistemology.
Question, dog.
You're missing the point entirely. Pay attention. Would you use
not missing the
empiricism
point.
to prove a metaphysical claim?
You don't.
Correct. Would I use metaphysics to prove an empirical claim?
Wait, but you do understand I'm using your own reasoning, your own
No, you're
source
not.
of reasoning. I am.
No, you're not.
I literally am.
No, you're not. Because you just said something I don't even know about. Therefore, I don't hold to it.
Okay, so are you a naturalist? Yes or no? You're a naturalist? Yes or no?
I already told you no.
You're not a naturalist.
Do you?
Yep.
Wonderful. Would you like to demonstrate God or the supernatural?
No, but I'm not here to either. I'm actually here just to explain.
I don't give a shit about
I'm
this
not-
random epistemology I've never heard about before. So if
You're
that's your
literally
only
a naturalist.
argument,
You're
you
an
can go fuck
atheist.
yourself
You're an
sideways.
atheist. Come on, You're an atheist who claims all material. Correct.
Incorrect.
You claim the whole reality. So what do you claim reality is composite of?
Is a word
is it- what-
material?
What?
Is a word material?
No.
Okay,
Didn't have to
there you
be.
go.
That's
So
the
I don't
question. Do you
only
think-
believe in the material.
Do
Your
you
mind
think
reading
reality
skills
is all
suck.
composite of material? Yes or no?
No, there are abstracts in this world. I've already answered you 4 times that
Okay,
you are
thank you, thank you.
incorrect. Stop
Right,
trying to mind read.
okay.
You fucking suck at it. Adios. Get an actual argument. Jesus Christ.
No, that was weird.
He literally came in with a script, and even when I said I don't agree with the part that he wanted to argue, he still wanted to follow his fucking script. Phil Bros are the most pathetic, boring losers.
Well, I don't think he fits that category of a Phil, bro.
I know you don't think so, but he couldn't get off his script, which is
Well, yeah, that's fair.
on tee with a Phil Bro. I said I don't agree with that, and he said I do. On tier with a fucking Phil Bro. He's just a
Fair,
pathetic loser.
fair.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember this one guy who came up, and he was talking about one guy who came up, quantum physics.
You fucking
Yes.
idiot. You can believe in naturalism by holding to abstracts, you idiot. Let me.
Oh my god, it was the period dude again.
He was like,
Yeah.
he was like, okay, but the edge of the universe is God. And then Cody was like, wait a minute, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh yeah, we've had some crazy people in here.
Very, very interesting.
What do the GIFs on YouTube do? You guys are going crazy with GIFs.
You're probably like a millionaire on YouTube and you have no idea.
I don't even know what the GIFs do. Just cute things. That's fair. Still no YouTube caller.
Yeah, so Aroma of Saints, do you really call, you know, a woman getting raped and then being forced to marry that rapist, do you really call that punishment? And really, 50 shekels paid to who? Paid to the father, not paid to the woman, paid to the father. So, you really think that's a punishment?
I mean,
Church of Rational Satanism and Sect of the Horned Good, very based in Jungian psychology, are way more fulfilling than the Abrahamic faiths. I agree. Thanks for the $5 super chat. We also had another super chat. Let me go on ahead and read that out real quick. I don't think they actually said anything. I think it was just $1. But yeah, Woden. Thanks for the super chat, Woden. We love you. And we got so many of those gifts. Artemis sending a lot. Kif is sending a lot. Kif has been pretty fucking awesome. And Dragon 200 jewels as well. You guys are absolute legends. That's fun stuff. Those gifts are fun. There's some funny ones. Like that goat one is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, like, exactly what this guy's saying is the reason I think Orthodoxy is like the second most fucking harmful version of Christianity.
If I were forced to pick an Abrahamic faith, I would be Orthodox Catholic. Just because they lie so much that it seems real, because they hide all of their science behind a wall.
I mean, I would just be Catholic. I think Catholic is more backable than Orthodox Catholic or Orthodoxy as a whole. Or Orthodoxy is a clown show. But that might be the fact I grew up Catholic and, like, naturally have to.
Oh, Roma, you can request up.
I'm testing out some unmarked fireworks, so if I lose a finger, you guys heard it.
Hell yeah. That's so metal. Yeah, Aroma, you should just request up. You got a lot to say, so.
Oh, right now he's trying to justify Deuteronomy 32. Right, I'm pretty sure. 22, yeah, I was right. 22, 28 through 29, where there's allowance of grape, and the punishment that man receives is being forced to marry that same grapist, and he has to pay 50 shekels to the father, not even to the woman, to the father specifically. And he thinks that's justified as a punishment. That is fucking disgusting.
Welcome to Christianity.
That is evil.
It's what the Bible. You're a Christian, Guagua.
I know, but
You agree
I don't
with
agree
it.
with that.
They don't have to be sola scriptura. So I mean they don't have to necessarily agree with the Bible in its entirety, but it'd be heavy cherry picking.
Yeah, that's like if you don't believe that, why do you believe any of it?
I mean, it's really difficult because I love Jesus, but at the same time,
Why do you believe Jesus existed?
At least in some capacity, yes. In some capacity.
Why do you believe that he's a
I
god?
actually have a question, Cody.
Yeah.
So I remember when I was more active in here, we were under the impression that Jesus was definitely a real person. And I think someone changed your mind on that, but I'm not sure how we got to that point.
Yeah, sure.
And
I would consider myself pretty mythicist. I'm not hard on it, but
well, I just don't know because, like, I think I vaguely remember there being some discussion of
yeah, Christ
how
before
he's not
Jesus.
real, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, Christ
I'm
before
actually
Jesus
really
is a mythicist and basically teaches and debunks Paul and Jesus.
Yeah, but like I love Christ before Jesus as a person, but after his beef with Godless Engineer, I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's a little weird to me,
OG.
but
Oh, what happened?
It's so they
Are we talking about the beef with CBJ?
No,
Yeah.
the beef with, or is that Godless Engineer?
yeah, CBJ versus GE.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, like,
I find it ridiculous. Like, we all are on the same team. Like, we all think things differently. Me and Jaren have disagreements. Me and Ravis have different disagreements. I think it's stupid to, like, have, like, actual beef. Like,
well, I mean, like, I don't think Godless Engineer has actual beef, but I know that like the
Oh, no,
beef was originally.
They were for a while there. So what it basically started it is that GE had tested his solometry, however the fuck you pronounce that word.
Stometry, yeah.
Yeah, and ever since then there seems to, like, CBJ was refusing to give his program, so GE kind of took a guess, and it turned out to be that his program was absolute shit. Or at least that's what I've heard about it. I'm not certain. I haven't really talked to GE about it. And then ever since then, it hasn't really been CBJ versus GE. It's been more like GE versus CBJ community. Yeah. That's really just how it's been going.
So
I don't think it's
so
really
what did
anymore. I don't think it's really anymore. It's kind of like over now. I haven't seen any like updates or anything with it.
so what did he find out exactly that was different?
I don't know the specifics.
Yeah,
Okay.
off the top of my head, I don't know them either. I just know that there was enough variation between the two of them where it was contentious, and you know how it is with scholars. If there's any and there's mudslinging in scholarship, right? I mean, the guy who I work with, who's also a genetic biologist, he calls me a fucking idiot all the time, and I call him
Oh
a
dear.
fucking idiot. Like, there's we fight, but I think in this particular
Yeah, and
case,
Jaden's a fucking idiot thinking morals are objective.
yeah, exactly.
I love you,
I mean,
Jaden.
what? I'm sorry. Who said that? I would never say that about Jaden.
I
My
love
brother.
Jaden.
My brother in Christ.
Brother in Christ. I still agree with the overall thing that Jesus didn't exist.
Sorry, what?
Yeah,
What about
I
me?
hate all other trad wives, so.
I mean, man, I'm sorry, Guala. Do I know you from fucking Z's
I
live?
was on panel yesterday.
Oh yeah, we used to go on Z's panel all the time. I'm surprised you don't remember me.
I remembered you yesterday, but I didn't want to sound like an idiot. So I didn't want to say that I remembered you, and then just now I'm like, wait a second. The way you said a word, my brain was like, I know that.
Yeah, I agree with Discord and Rhyme here. The complaints about stometry don't change the fact that there's no info.
Yeah,
Jesus
they
existed.
agree on that.
Yeah.
They agree on that.
Fayborn, I think you used to remember me as Sapphire, or Lavender. And we used to go on panel all the time together on Z's live, and we used to talk about theology and atheism and whatever. And I used to hardcore debate against Christianity and Islam and stuff like that. But the
Well,
reason why I stopped coming
sure?
on.
Are you sure
No,
you're
yeah,
not an
definitely.
atheist?
No, because okay, so let me explain what happened, Jaden, right? So I used to hardcore debate against Christianity. I would literally come on and debate for hours. I was even a mod on Z's live, and things like that. And then I started getting this longing to go back to being a Christian. And I talked to them a little bit about it, and they were just giving me some advice and stuff. And eventually I just decided that I was going to be a Christian again, and I was too embarrassed, so I just disappeared from TikTok for 3 months.
You do know that you can still be an atheist and go to church. You can still you can be all types of things while still being a quote-unquote Christian. Nobody's gonna judge you for
yeah,
that
no.
either.
Do you believe
it's
in
completely
God?
understandable.
I know. I felt kind of embarrassed about it, so that's why I
Do
just
you believe in
disappeared.
God? It doesn't really sound like you do.
I mean, it's a weird thing. So I the way I explain it is Jesus is my comfort character. So I don't know 100% if he exists or if he's God or anything like that, but I still get a form of comfort from praying to him and stuff like that. So
Agnostic
yeah.
theist, how about that? Don't get that very often.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Jesus is a cope. Thank you, Odin.
No, I kind of get that. For me, right? I always joke if I could show my fucking if my kid wasn't bent down in front of my fucking bookshelf, I'd show you. But for me, my comfort character is very clearly Ben 10, right? I have the whole original
Hell
Ben 10
yeah.
series. But no, I have the whole original Ben 10 series.
No,
in
I'm being
its
serious.
gold-
Hell yeah.
Yeah, in its gold casing, because when they finished the original Ben 10 series, they released a gold casing, not an actual gold, but a gold printing of the DVD series. I got that. I have all of the aliens up to the end of Alien Force, right? And they're all on this one bookshelf. So I get it. There's comfort characters. love Ben 10. You know.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say something to you, Fayborn. It started when an alien device did what it did and stuck itself upon his wrist with secrets that it hid. Now he's got superpowers. He's no ordinary kid. He's Ben 10.
Right. So I love Ben 10. I love Danny Phantom. I literally have like I took a Warhammer character and I painted it like the Phantom Bot. Like I have like a Warhammer Space Marine that I painted like the Phantom Bot. Fucking I love that series of heroes.
We keep going back to games over and over, guys.
That's true.
I'm trying to like get theists up.
Alright, theists. Get the fuck up. We got a question for y'all, and that's why we should believe in the supernatural.
I got you. I'm gonna be our theist. All right. Premise one.
You're a dumbass.
Premise one. You're a low tier. Premise two.
What's
You
the
have
argument for that? Go ahead.
Yeah. Premise one. Premise one. You're a low tier. Premise two. Being a low tier, you can't understand basic logic. Premise three. God is basic logic.
It's just going to be the case that it just naturally follows that you're a low tier.
Yeah, exactly. It just naturally follows. It just naturally follows that you're gonna get back shots.
Holy shit.
What's the argument for that? Go ahead.
Yeah.
I swear I'm traumatized by these Phil bros.
We're in the rat race. We're in the rat race.
You're pivoting to the comments.
You're
running.
You might want to do a restart. Like, the viewership is good, but I think we've attracted straight atheists.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to
I'm
there's
bi,
no
so-
evidence for God.
I know, sadly.
Here, let me invite Apostle. Have you guys had the?
Oh my god. Are you talking about, like, Apostle VA, or are you talking about the one that, like, has the... oh my god. Are you talking about the one that went on, like, Ogre's panel and got absolutely eaten alive?
This guy's like a
I'll even
50-year-old
take some
man.
Philbros at this point.
This guy's like a 50-year-old man that the moment you give him any kind of pushback, he screams, "I'll fuck your mother."
Oh yeah.
I followed him just for that. I love him. I want him on every panel that I'm on.
Oh, that reminds me, I need to get X plus Y in here. You guys will fucking love him.
Oh, see you, Gawa.
I'm gonna drop now. Thank you all for talking to me and wish you best of luck with your live.
I'm gonna follow your ass. You can't run away from my friendship. You can be a theist and still be my friend. So get the fuck.
I've followed you for a long time, bro. I'm not running away.
Yeah. Running. No.
You're running. You're pivoting.
Pivoting to having a life outside of TikTok. Pivoting. No.
I mean, dude, just fair warning, because, you know, I allow, like, the Phil bros on my panels, and I know you don't. One of the arguments that I got, oh my god, unironically, it was so dumb. It was so fucking dumb.
I'll go get coffee.
Alrighty.
So, I recently, because I had someone send me clips from fucking Dawkins stream, Darth Dawkins, and so I've been taking his argument and reversing it to make the opposite true. And I'm waiting. When he comes back around, I'm gonna get him.
You know what's hilarious? He follows me. Like, all of the fucking weirdos in the TikTok community, all of a sudden, I've never spoken to him. I've spoken to Darth, and, like, I've spoken to all of them at least once. I've only spoken to Darth once. They've all given me follows, and I have no idea why. So at any point in time, if I really wanted to, I can just hop off the live, follow them back, and send a fucking invite to, like, Darth Dawkins, and really just about anybody else. Holy shit, really just about anybody else.
Well, his argument is either the universe is truly intelligible or the universe is truly unintelligible, right? And If
Well, wait,
you
how was he using intelligible there? I don't even like that word being there.
don't ask him. Don't ask him. He'll yell at you.
What the fuck? Oh yeah, sober. Since you just got in here, I gotta ask: did you like coerce? I'm pretty sure that's the word for that. Ogre into giving me a follow back because I have no idea. I woke up this morning and Ogre just followed me back. I have no idea why. But do you actually know what it means when he's saying that, or has he like literally never explained it?
So when I asked him, he said, "You can just look it up. Let me finish my argument." So like, I assume he just means what it means in the dictionary, but like, I don't know. where
That
he
makes
wants to
it
look.
even harder to understand.
Yeah. Oh, and then he says, we can't have this conversation
Sober.
if the universe." Sorry, go ahead.
Sober. Oh my god. All right, we are restarting the TikTok live.
Okay.
Good grief. Literally no requesters. Dustin, what the hell?
There we go.
Someone on the YouTube chat immediately said Happy White History Month. Like, dude, what the fuck?
We don't need one of those.
Nope. They don't
My friend's
understand it. You're what?
But my friend's here to pick up some fireworks. I bought a whole bunch of them, so I'm handing them out to friends.
Hell yeah. Megan and Freya. I have a cat named Freya. Happy Pride. Man, maybe it's a bad idea to stream on the 4th, man. There's absolutely fucking nobody. Flat Earth God. That'd be a conversation for sure. Oh, hell yeah. Let's get some pride flags in chat. Just spam chat with pride flags. Hell yeah. I love that. I love that. Anytime we get some kind of bigot in here, anytime a homophobe, anytime anything, we should spam pride flags. Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Case 38. Are you at least 18 or older?
He's not in yet.
Oh, okay. On the TikTok end. I completely forgot about that aspect.
There's Bart, though. Bart, you over the age of 18?
Sure am.
All right. Which God do you believe in?
Jesus God.
Jesus God, you said?
Jesus God.
All right. Should I believe in your God?
Yeah.
Why should I believe in your God?
Okay. Right. Let me ask you this, right?
Why do you have to ask me a question? Go for it.
Yeah, let me just ask you this, right? If God isn't real, right? Why does it say it in the Bible? Boom! Just proved right there, buddy.
Are you serious?
You can't make a fucking argument against that, buddy. I would like you to try.
Wait.
Big time.
Wait, are you being serious?
Oh, yeah. I believe it.
Oh my god.
No, I'm just kidding, bro. I'm just trying to show how the fucking retards.
Dude,
think,
you...
know?
We don't use that language.
Fuck, yeah.
Jesus God. All right.
All right,
All right.
He was funny
He
for a
made that real
second.
believable.
He was funny for a second, and then immediately.
I've given away my mortars.
Hell yeah. Unlike ridiculous religions, science doesn't claim absolute truth. And that's true too. I love streams like this because you guys are like the best debaters. Thank you. We love you, Davis. The host here got caught trying to meet a minor for inappropriate behavior. Barry Noodles. That's a dope name. Great impersonation of a mindless fundy. Yeah, literally. Diana the Ginger Tart. Dude, tarts sounds so good right now. Question, does science explain consciousness? Yes. Global workspace theory.
You know, how has Alex responded to that?
Oh, he runs from it. So Alex doesn't ever give any explanation ever. Literally ever. He just says if we don't know this thing that he specifically believes in that no one else believes in, then we're dumb. That's his argument. Yo, Bert sent $5 just because. Bert is a fucking legend. Hell yeah, Bert. Everyone W to Bert for that. Fucking love you, Bert. Anyone else got some just becauses?
Alright. I'm gonna need the viewers to lock in. We need some engagement right now. We need it.
Yeah, the problem with Alex is like he brings up some hypothetical and I'm like, I don't grant that hypothetical because it's a category error because of this. And he's like, it's not a category error. I'm like, no, it is because of this. And like, no, it's not. You're not understanding. And I'm like, make me understand then. And he says the exact same thing again. I'm like, okay, can you demonstrate it at least? And he's like, well, no, but you don't know what you're talking about. Therefore, how do you know this isn't true? And I'm like, here's my evidence for why I believe what I believe. Why is it wrong? And then, yeah, he just questions.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any answers, no explanations, no nothing. That's why only 4% of philosophers are idealists, because it's just dumb. It doesn't go anywhere.
I don't know. I think he's smart, but dude, his obsession with it is so bad.
He does have a crazy obsession with it.
No, like I don't know if you've seen, you know, at this point everybody has to have seen it, of that woman in no.
What's up, Salt? Oh, what? You gotta say why.
Phobe.
Well, maybe he won't say anything. You're just saying he's a homophobe? Oh, well, I mean, if he doesn't say anything. Like, Toto, do you want to talk about God?
He's not a theist. Yeah, no, total. I don't support fucking transphobes. Don't do it.
He's not a theist?
Nope.
Where are the honest
Trans.
Christians? That's funny. Yeah, like a homo, yeah. By the way, painted nails doesn't make you gay. Am I? Yeah. What's up, Lampstand?
How you guys doing today?
All right, man. You over the age of 18?
Yes, sir.
All right. Which God do you believe in, brother?
The Christian God.
All right, man. What you got for us? Should I believe in him?
Well, I'm just more interested in the claim. The prompt is there's no evidence for God. I just think that's, I just don't think it's true.
Cool.
And the reason I would say that is because the way we define evidence is just any piece of data that is going to raise the probability of a proposition being true.
That's the way a lot of people do that. I don't grant that.
Mm-hmm.
I grant the Oxford Dictionary definition.
Okay, so how would you define evidence?
Evidence, Oxford Dictionary, is going to be facts and information leading to a true conclusion.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
that can go along with
facts.
probability raising if you want to say that.
Yeah,
But
that's kind of similar to the
I mean, there's
definition
no.
I gave.
So here's why I say this. Anytime someone wants to point out some form of, let's say, empirical evidence for the empirical claim of God making the universe, for instance, nothing shows a causal relation to some magical sky unicorn. If someone brings up experience, that is nothing but in their mind, and there's no reason for me to believe it's anything other than imagination, because there's answers that are more likely in psychology. So I've
Yeah.
never seen any evidence for a God, and if I'm wrong, I would love to see the evidence.
Yeah. So, I mean, like when you're talking about empirical evidence, I totally agree. If we're talking about the empirical claim of the universe existing, then we have to provide some sort of empirical evidence for the origin of the existence of, the
I'd
universe.
say eventually,
So,
but like we don't need to have an answer to that.
well, not necessarily we need to have an answer. I'm
Okay.
just saying we need to have some sort of explanation, like to fill any type of PSR. And so it doesn't. I'm not even advocating for like maybe a strong PSR, maybe even a weak PSR. Even philosophers like Graham Oppy will offer things like, well, he believes there is a original necessary existence of the
Yeah,
universe.
that's
He
a
doesn't think it's
metaphysical
God.
claim, though. So, like, we can have metaphysical hypotheses about what it could be. That doesn't make any truth, and it doesn't raise any probability at all, because there's no justification grounding it at all.
Well, a probability being raised just means it makes it more likely on the proposition. So you propose something.
Yeah, we can
And if
argue if there's something more likely, but
yeah. So like if there's any type of fact, right, or any type of piece of data that makes something more likely to be true than not, even maybe on the consecutive case it's not, but like just the fact alone, then we have evidence for something. So I would agree that there's evidence for atheism.
I don't grant that. Let's say it's more likely for germs to have existed before we knew about germ theory or had a microscope. Did it make germs real?
Well, I mean,
and was there evidence for germs, even though the hypothesis and idea of these tiny microbes being real could have been causing sicknesses? No, we didn't have evidence for it. What we did have was an imaginative metaphysical framework about a possible causation.
Also, just real quick, sorry to interrupt you guys. Jeannie down in the comments, I hope you can stay for a little bit. If you're interested in Jeannie, we can talk about the supernatural again.
Oh, hell yeah, yeah.
Jeannie is the, yeah.
Yeah, I love talking about the supernatural. I prefer the supernatural over God debates any day. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. What's up? What you got?
Yeah, so when it comes to like back then when they didn't know about germ theory and stuff like that, like I would say it's because of a lack of knowledge and information is why they couldn't even make the proposition in the first place. So there was no evidence for the proposition because there was no proposition in the first place.
That's just
But
not
if we
true.
have a
We had ideas, and then we had a microscope.
Yeah,
but having the idea is not evidence for it actually being there. It's just an idea of, hey, this is something that it could be. This could be is more likely than this could be. There's still no evidence for either of them.
Yeah, those are propositions. So once we've had a microscope, we can make a proposition about a fact.
Once we have the microscope, we can find if there's evidence for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, but there's no evidence under just a proposition, which is proven through binary logic, and a syllogism is not even sound unless each individual premise itself has evidence external of itself.
Well, hold on. So really quickly, I think you're kind of confusing on what I'm saying. I'm talking about this very, very simply. I am like when it comes to like epistemology and things like that and how we know things to be true.
Sure.
Like I'm very Aristotelian in my view of this. I don't know if you are, so that could be just a discrepancy.
What is that?
So like Aristotle basically said the way we know things is by sense data.
Sure.
Very simply put. So like the five senses that we have, or if you want to posit any more senses, is how we can know things, right? So the word knowledge or gnosis is kind of like archaic.
I mean, I grant it sometimes. Yeah, I grant a priori, I grant empiricism, I grant phenomenology, I grant them all. We're supposed to use all forms of epistemologies in their respected category.
Okay, perfect. So in that respect, I would say that, we have knowledge of things, right? And like knowledge in that respect can actually be false. So like some people will define knowledge as like justified true belief. I reject that definition. I just don't think that fits. I think belief and knowledge are separate. So I can believe something and have no justification for it, but I can still psychologically believe in it. So like from experience that like
you have a
there
justification for believing it though.
Well, yeah, but
like
my
a psychological.
might be exactly psychological, right? But maybe not like empirically or evidential justification.
To
maybe just
you,
like
it's evidence, which is why you believe it. That's how the brain works. Beliefs aren't choices.
Yeah, I know, but like there's a difference between psychological evidence and epistemic evidence. And so like people might not have epistemic evidence for something, but they might have psychological
That I
evidence and that
grant.
they feel a certain way.
That
Okay,
I
great,
grant.
wonderful. So okay, perfect. So when we're talking about beliefs, all beliefs are propositions based on sense data, and we are either affirming or negating or staying agnostic on that specific proposition.
Oh,
Would you
sure.
agree?
Sure, I can grant that, yeah.
Okay, great. So, let's say we can propose the proposition God exists, right? God does exist, right?
Sure.
As a Christian or as a theist, I would affirm that proposition. And as an atheist, you would negate that proposition. And as an agnostic, you would just
I would
say,
stay
I don't know.
agnostic on it until there's further on it.
Wait, no,
Yeah.
wait.
So,
So,
Well, I don't want to
okay,
filibuster
what
him. I
about a
don't.
truth apt proposition? Right. So most propositions are in fact truth apt. So just like yes or no. So if we follow the like linear logic, right, law of non-excludable middles, agnostic wouldn't be permissible. Right. There would be no in between. There would either be
well,
an affirmation or like no.
well, beliefs, yeah, propositions are truth apt, but beliefs aren't necessarily truth apt because if I'm saying I'm agnostic, it's a different category. So if I'm affirming a proposition, I'm saying the statement corresponds with reality. If I'm negating
Yeah,
the
sure. So
proposition, hold it, can I finish?
yeah,
If I'm
yeah.
negating the proposition, I'm saying that the statement does not correspond with the reality. If I'm agnostic, all I'm saying is that there is enough, for me personally, there's not enough data on either or side for me to affirm or negate the proposition.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
you can't negate the proposition or affirm it. You can't say anything about the proposition.
yeah, exactly. Like you're uneducated about it, or you just don't have enough like information about it,
Well,
right?
if you hold the title of agnostic, right, like I don't know, right, would
Yeah.
just be like the negation of both, right? So you're
Exactly.
unsure, right? So
Yep,
if you're
exactly.
not sure, then you just cannot answer this question.
I don't even consider
Exactly,
it a
right? So
negation.
that it would be a negation
The
of
negation
affirming or
of an
negating.
answer, the negation
Yeah.
of no, the
Okay, sure.
negation of yes.
Sure.
Yes, exactly. So anyways, so going back to the original thing,
Yeah.
right? Based on this kind of conception of what belief and knowledge is, I would say that if I affirm the proposition that God exists and I have any factual reason or evidence, any piece of data that would make it more true on theism or more likely on theism, then I actually have evidence for God.
I would grant that if there was actually some sort of substantial justification for it. But just because you believe that you have evidence does not mean you actually
Yeah.
do have evidence. That's why I say there is no evidence, because everyone that says they have evidence, they don't. They just have the Bible, or they just have phenomenal experience.
Exactly. So
Look,
I'd say one piece of evidence, right, that I would say, because I'm not just going to say I have a piece of data, I'm actually going to give you one, right? So I would say one piece of data that we do have in the universe that makes it more likely on theism is going to be the apparent fine-tuning of physical constants.
Okay.
That's more likely on theism than that's not meaning it's now I'm not saying that it's not likely
Yeah,
on
I
atheism
know
in
this
any
argument.
respect.
I know this argument
I'm just
very
saying,
well. I want to give
yeah.
my response to this argument. I'm going to get sober up, and I want to hear, because I hear this argument all the time. I absolutely hate this argument. I think it's horseshit, and I'll explain why. But I'm going to get sober up. I'll let SXV give his point, and then I want guys. This guy has been extremely respectful, so I want to give him some linear conversation. Like if he's talking, let's not overtalk him. He's been super fucking respectful. So I want to give my reasoning, but I want to ask you first, are you saying under the idea that this God does exist, it is more likely that under the definition of a God that would have created all these things, it is more likely than in a world without a God that would have made all things?
Yeah, so the proposition I'm affirming is just going to be like classical theism. So like the classical theist God is more likely to exist because of the apparent fine-tuning of the universe.
So here's my problem with this. The definition of this God is that of a God that would have made all these things and did make all these things. The definition doesn't make it actually ontological. So I don't grant that in the first place. And second of all, it is more likely in the wizarding world of Harry Potter for certain things to be true than under atheism or theism. That doesn't make Harry Potter true. So just because in a framework that we make up that this thing by definition is true, or the framework of this thing is true, doesn't mean it's true in our actual world. So I don't grant that at all. It's missing 100% of evidence. There's no evidence granting that.
Okay, so like once again, I'm not saying this makes theism true. All I'm saying is that it's more
There's no evidence for it. No, it's so here's a counter to that as well. In the framework, in the idea that there is this God that made all things, right? If that were true, it would be more likely. But under atheism, in a world where we have no evidence of a God, which is where we are, there is no evidence for a God, it is more true. So you're doing a category error of, in this metaphysical framework, it is more likely than in this actual empirical framework. It doesn't work.
No, so all I'm doing, so I think you're kind of working backwards from where I'm working. So I think there might just be a misunderstanding of like where we're working from. So all I'm doing is I'm saying I'm observing this data, and I have these two propositions set before me, or actually this one proposition with two sides, which is that the classical theist God most likely exists. I would assume, I don't want to assume anything like specifically, but I would assume you negate it, and I would affirm it. Correct?
I mean, without any like attributes to said God, I would just stand agnostic. Sure.
Okay, so you would negate the affirmation. Okay. So in that respect, I would say, okay, so in order to get to the data and what the data most likely fits, we actually have to assume each position and see how the data fits within each position. So if we're assuming, and this is what we're doing, so we're actually assuming the negation and the affirmation and then seeing how the data fits in each position in order to get what most likely fits on each worldview. That's why I'm saying it's more likely that the fine-tuning and the constants of the universe and the physical constants of the universe fits better with theism than atheism.
Right. So again, but it seems to me, okay, I don't want to straw man. I'm going to try and steel man. You are saying comparing the non-God versus the God worldview. In the God worldview, it is obvious that this world would exist and we would exist. In the non-God worldview, there seems to be no explanatory power for us actually needing or having a purpose to exist. Therefore, it's more likely for us to exist in the God worldview, correct?
There's not no explanatory power. There's some. Like,
sure.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I just think it's more likely, it's more probable on theism.
I actually disagree. I'm going to give you like the physics standpoint, and then I'll also give you like the philosophical standpoint. I'll start with philosophical.
Okay.
If, like classical theism, God is like all powerful, all knowing, all whatever. All you really need is all loving and all powerful. If there's an infinite range of numbers that these constants can fall within, which I'm assuming God is not limited to a range of constants.
Can I pause you? Do you hold to maximally great or all powerful?
Maximally great.
Okay, cool.
Sure. Is there a difference between those?
Yes, massively. Yeah, like all powerful loses to that like rock
I'm actually
paradox.
I'm very glad you asked that question. That's a good
Sure.
question.
You mean within the laws of logic?
Within the laws and capacity of the universe and himself to maximally be able to do what he can maximally do.
That's
fine.
like
He can't break the laws.
Sure, that's fine. So I'm assuming like there's a range of constants that he can like fall within.
Yeah.
And the constants, why it seems so finely tuned, is because they're in an equilibrium. It's saying like, if you adjust this and adjust that, it won't work. That's not true, by the way, but like, let's just say that for the sake of argument. I think an all maximally good, maximally great God there's much more numbers he can work with that don't fall into equilibrium compared that which of those who do. There's much more numbers that can be disbalanced compared to balanced.
That's valid as fuck. I've never thought of that.
So when you say, like, I'm just interested, right? When you say equilibrium, what are you referring to?
Yeah, so these constants, there's like a certain range that if they're in a constant range that they cannot like waver in.
Can I ask another clarifying question? I'm so sorry. What do you mean by fine tuning, Lampstand? Do you mean actual tuner, or do you mean the constants being accurate?
So when I was referencing fine tuning, I mean the apparent constants of the universe being in a natural order. So like,
okay,
there's
just
an
the
order.
accuracy of them.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
cool. Making sure.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give you the physics answer after showing that these can actually vary, and it wouldn't be that different. But just like still using philosophical termage, I don't know why I would expect like there to be an equilibrium. By equilibrium, I mean like if nuclear fusion in stars, if the weak nuclear force was any stronger by like 4% or weaker by 10, stars wouldn't be able to form if gravity is consistent. And that's like a fact. So like, there's a range that these things fall within, but you can mess with these constants. That's the equilibrium, right? All these constants can't move if you mess with one thing, other things can't move unless it's gravity, because then everything will fall out of whack and not work. But an all-powerful God can move all these constants around. You don't expect an equilibrium under a God. you just expect things to work. And there's a lot more things you can find that work that don't have to find an
Can
equilibrium
I
in that
argue
video.
for Lamp real quick? I would expect an equilibrium under a god.
Why? If there's more numbers than equilibrium numbers, why is it more expected?
Well, if he's maximally knowing and maximally powerful and great, etc., then he would know that there would need to be some sort of equilibrium for all things to work out.
Well,
The,
the idea of fine tuning is that I agree. The idea of fine tuning is that it has to be these numbers or it wouldn't work. That's just not true. Like you can Fred C. Adams actually wrote a mathematical proof on this. It's like widely accepted. You can increase like the gravitational constant by like, I think it's like 100,000 times and decrease it like by a billion
Sure.
times or something like that. And
But
you
that's still expected
think,
under a maximally smart god.
yeah, all I'm saying is this. Like, I'm not saying that like fine tuning is like I'm not going on the offensive and saying fine tuning is improbable or like impossible on atheism. Like, I'm saying it can still work. All I'm saying is that it's more likely to be the case under theism, under the way we've defined it. Like, it's more probable that the data that we're
In a
seeing.
metaphysical framework, sure, but
Yeah.
that's just a imaginative world where you're making up that this god does exist and does have the attributes of wanting to make this. It's not real.
Well, yeah, but that's the whole point, right? Because what we have to do in order to see if propositions make the most sense for the world around us is to assume they are true and then see how the data fits within it.
I don't
do the
assume
same thing with
anything.
atheism. True.
Well,
I do
Absolutely
the same
not.
thing with. Well, then
That
how
is
do
not
you
how
come to
science
any?
works. You do not assume that it is true.
Well, hold on. So, how do you come to any type of epistemic position then?
By testing it repeatedly with an absolute standpoint of I want to prove this wrong.
No. Not just acknowledging that data works and things work in the universe. I'm asking, how do you come to any type of position epistemically
Well, I'm a
if you're
justified
not proposing
skeptic.
things?
So I'm not going to
Okay, what
hold
does
to
that mean?
anything unless there's evidence justifying it as true beyond reasonable doubt.
Well, you have to make propositions to even come to any type of
Well,
conclusion.
so like think of like gravity with the apple falling on his head, right?
hmm
You don't have to assume that there is a gravity. All you have to do is drop it over and over and over, get some different tools, figure out if there's any mathematical formula that explains this in accordance with the sun, moon, and stars, etc. You don't have to assume it's true. You just have to be like, okay, why does this work? It's not this works, let me find out why. It's just why does it work?
Well, maybe on like the micro level of like specifics, you don't have to assume things, but on the macro level of like epistemology, you do actually have to assume a lot of axiomatic
I'd say the
principles.
only, well, yeah, there's a difference in assuming a proposition versus assuming a axiom. Axioms are self-evident, and it's not even in and of itself just some blameless presupposition. It's justified. For instance, things exist. It is evidence of itself. This existing is evidence that it exists. It is observational. Like everything that is axiomatic is in and of itself self-evident, which means that it is the evidence of itself. Nothing is just blindly presupposed at all. No. So when there's some sort of a question or proposition, I'm not assuming it to be true. I'm seeing something that doesn't make sense to me, so I'm going to keep testing it and see what's going on.
So
Yeah,
I really quickly. So what I'm
yeah.
not, this might not be an issue, but I want to make sure it's not an issue. What I'm not doing is I'm not doing presuppositional apologetics right now. I'm not trying to do like a presup argument. What I'm trying to do is saying, look, I'm assuming the argument for the sake, I'm assuming the worldview for the sake of fitting the data in the worldview so that I can see how the data
Why
fits
would I
within
do that
each
for
worldview.
the Wizarding World of Hogwarts? Why would I do that?
Well, you should do that for any type of
No, you
proposed
shouldn't.
worldview.
The Wizarding World of Hogwarts has
Why
no
not?
evidence for it. Just because I'm assuming it's truth and then compare it and contrast it to our actual world, of course it's more likely that magic and wizards exist in that worldview. It doesn't mean it actually exists. That's what I'm saying. This is a category error of making up a metaphysical framework and then comparing it to the actual empirical world. It's stupid. It just doesn't work.
Also,
Yeah, you
also
can't
Lamps,
conflate physics with metaphysics.
You can't at
Well,
all.
hold on.
It's
So
100% category error.
yeah, Lamps. If I may jump in, when it comes to like probabilistic matters, if we like pick a definition or a proposition and just slightly alter it. For example, like you have your all powerful, maximally good,
Yeah.
yada yada. I can have a slightly less powerful God that would fit in the same category, and I can do that in an infinite range. So like even if you gain a percentage, like it just falls down to a minuscule amount.
Well, no. If you lowered the power of a maximally great God, he would no longer be maximally great. That's
No,
just
I'm
not
saying I
fair.
can have a finite God that would fit the same ideals.
No, he actually wouldn't, and
Oh.
I would use different arguments to like show that. But in regards to what we're talking about right now, like what I'm doing, I don't understand why we wouldn't take any type, like even with like the Harry Potter example that you were, or like whatever you were bringing up. Like first of all, the context of Harry Potter is like supposed to be fictional, so I would assume that
Yeah.
none of us would be taking that as a serious
Why is it
proposition.
fictional? Because none of the physics work. It breaks logic, and it's made
Okay.
up by the mind. Where did
So
God come
great.
from?
But
The
based
mind.
on that, right? So what did you just do there, though? You took that proposition and then faced it against reality and said the data
Yes,
doesn't fit with the proposition.
because I
So
live
you
in
did take the
reality.
proposition.
I
Okay, but
did
you
not
did
assume
just
it
put
as true.
you assumed it for the sake
I
of fitting the
assume
data
my
into it.
actual world is true, and then I look at Harry Potter, and it's obvious that things don't work. I'm not assuming it to be true. I'm assuming
there.
what if it was in the actual world, would it work? I'm not assuming it's truthfulness. I'm testing it.
Well, hold on.
Critiquing
You're
does not
testing
assume
it.
truth.
You can't test something, a proposition, right? You can't test a proposition and
Yeah, you
not
can.
assume it's. Well, hold on.
Yeah, you absolutely
You
fucking
can't.
can test something and not believe it's true. That's
I
stupid.
wasn't finished. I wasn't finished saying you just can't test it flat out. I was going to add context to what I was saying. In reference to the proposition, what did you do? You took the Harry Potter example, worldview, and you said, under the world that we live in, the data does not fit the claims of
Correct.
the Harry Potter world.
No,
So what did
incorrect.
you do? So you didn't say that.
No, I'm looking at Harry Potter, a fictional book written by mankind,
Yeah.
right? And it's metaphysical. And then I'm like, oh, this is cool. Is it possible that there could be wizards in this world? Nope.
Right. The difference that he's doing there is that he isn't assuming Harry Potter is true. He's testing it. He's testing the proposition that Harry Potter is giving, and then from that he's making a comparison to reality. He's not assuming it's true.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's true. Let me test its truthfulness. I'm saying, oh, that's kind of cool. Would that be possible? Could it be true? I'm not saying it is true. That's dumb.
But in order to do
No,
anything
pause.
hypothetical-
Stop. Listen to what I am saying, dude.
I
am testing to see if it could even be true. I'm not assuming it is true. Stop.
So
That's
what
stupid.
do you mean when you say? So what do you mean when you say could?
That's stupid.
Okay, so look,
Stop with
look,
the meta.
let me give an example. Look, let me give an example. If someone doesn't believe in evolution, they can still test if evolution is real.
By doing
Belief
what?
has nothing to do with testing.
Yeah, you don't have to have
I'm
a
not
belief
saying-
in anything to
hold on.
test it.
I'm not saying you have to believe in it to test it. That's not what I'm saying. If
You're
that's what
saying you
thought I was saying,
assume
I
it's
apologize.
true. True means you believe in it.
Okay, no. Assume. Okay, when I was saying
Making an
assume for the
assumption is
sake
having the
of
belief or faith that this assumption is in fact true.
assuming
Or is
something is, I
confirmed.
can assume. I can if I'm talking with like a Muslim, for instance, I can assume for the sake of argument that one of their theological principles is true. That doesn't mean I believe it. That's two different things.
Yeah, it would. If you believe it's true, you believe it. That's why I'm saying this is stupid. I don't assume shit to be true unless
you can
it's justified
grant
true.
things. You can grant things.
Yeah, we grant
or
the
you can even
that's
say for
that's the problem with
sake-
this whole thing is you're taking
just being-
metaphysical frameworks and comparing it into an empirical framework. It's just
Yeah.
doesn't work.
Assuming something to be true for the sake of argument and granting it for the sake of argument are the same thing practically.
Nope. Disagree.
Nope, they're not. No, you can just grant
what's
something
the
and be like, I completely fucking disagree with this. But even if I say yes, right, you're right, then you attack another point.
When I'm
Someone
talking to
can
a flat
say that
earther, I can
Jesus
grant
Christ
that.
was gay. Yes, someone you can grant to a flat earther that the earth is in fact flat, but how do you account for this? Okay. Like you can just say, sure, I'll agree with your fucking dumbass presupposition or whatever they want to say.
Yeah, I'm
What
granting
about
for the
this?
sake
Address
of
this point.
argument. I'm not granting that it is true.
Yeah. You're not assuming it's true. You're granting it for their sake.
It's a metaphysical
for the sake
framework.
of the argument.
You need to
I don't
learn a little bit
understand
more
what-
empirics.
I don't understand what you guys are having a problem with me saying assuming something for the sake
Because
of argument, not the sake of
If you want to
worldview.
say that, that is okay. For the sake of argument, we can
I
grant
literally
things.
said that.
No, you've been saying we believe and assume that it is true. We are not assuming truth. We are granting things for the sake of
obviously-
argument.
Obviously, when I say assuming something is true, I was referencing it into taking a proposition, like I said before, and taking its affirmation and negation and then testing the data on each one. So even if you affirm the proposition,
Sure, we can
you
do
still
that.
take the negation.
Just
Okay, that's
we
what I've been
just
saying
don't like the
this entire time.
semantics. The semantics is what we had a problem with.
Well, I wasn't trying to be semantic. I was actually trying to be pragmatic about it.
The semantic of truth is what we didn't like.
Okay, so assuming the truth is something for the sake of argument is what I said before, but irregardless of that. Anyways, to get back to the point. So we're all we're doing when we're talking about this data being more likely on theism is we're saying, assuming theism is true for the sake of argument, if we take the data in the real world and apply it to a theistic worldview, and then
Category
we
error.
take the data in the... How is that a category error if we're assuming for the sake of
Because you're
argument?
saying in the wizarding world of Harry Potter, it is more likely for wizards to exist, therefore they do. That's stupid. It's a category error. You cannot compare a metaphysical framework to an empirically true ontological world.
Okay, so once again, we're not talking about the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
Yes,
we're
you
talking
are.
about
You are
theism.
saying, in accordance with the magical universe of a magical unicorn that magically, empirically made things with zero
about
evidence
unicorns, I'm talking
justifying it,
about theism.
it is more likely.
I'm not
Yeah,
talking about
I
unicorns, I'm
just,
talking about
yeah,
theism.
yeah, a god, unicorn, Voldemort, all the same thing. So you are
Not the same
taking this metaphysical, magical world and saying it is true because the book Harry Potter says it's true. Let's compare the likelihood of its truthfulness in comparison to actual world, where in this book it is already true. And then saying because it's true in the book, it is therefore true.
So now I just feel like you're being disingenuous because theism is obviously not the same thing as unicorns.
No, that's confirmation bias. No, it's the same, right? It's the claim. The basis of the claim is relative to like making the claim of a unicorn. I can claim that a fucking flying dragon dildo that lives in like some abstract realm is the ultimate creator of this universe. It's the exact same claim as saying like a
Oh my gosh, but
maximally
we're not
great
talking
entity
about
created
unicorns.
this.
We're talking
You're not
about
comprehending this at all.
theism. No,
Oh
theism.
my god,
Hold on.
you're not understanding the
Oh
correlation,
my goodness.
bro. That's gonna be a tracking error.
It's just
Oh
a
my
category error.
goodness,
It
bro.
genuinely is just a category error.
Listen. I don't care about unicorns and magical rainbows or whatever y'all talking about. I want to address the argument that I'm making about theism.
Yeah, you
So
are
can you guys
talking
please
about
engage
a
with
god,
theism, please?
what we believe to be a unicorn.
No, theism doesn't even posit that, like classical theism.
Does theism posit a
Wait.
god?
Does Christianity not talk about unicorns?
That's funny as fuck.
Unicorns.
Okay, pause. Does theism talk about a god? Yes or no?
Yes. it's
Does this
talking about
god break the
magically
laws of
creating-
logic and physics? Yes or no?
No.
No? Did he create the universe?
No. Yes.
Did he exist outside of time?
Yes.
That breaks the general law of relativity. So yes, he does break the laws of physics. So yes, I am talking about your god as if it is a fucking unicorn because it is a magical, non-existent bullshit fairy tale.
Wait. If something being outside of the laws of physics is breaking the laws of physics?
How can
By
it be
definition.
outside, dude?
Hold on.
Oh my god.
Outside the
Pause.
bounds- if some-
Pause. Explain this to me. How is it possible to have causal relation without time?
Causal relation without time.
Yep.
You can be non-temporal. I mean, I don't see
Demonstrate
an issue with
that. Demonstrate that that's even possible. This is special pleading. Your god, your magical unicorn, can do all things. Everything else has to appeal to the laws of physics and logic except for your thing. This is a special pleading fallacy.
I don't
This
know
is
why
why
you're
I'm
saying
calling it
natural unicorn.
because it is.
It's not.
Yeah, you just admitted that
not.
he exists outside of time yet reacts with time, which is not even possible.
Oh my gosh, what's the definition of a unicorn?
Explain how it's possible for your magical unicorn to be outside of time and
It's
have
not a
causal
unicorn.
relation.
I'm not going to engage if you're going to call it a unicorn, dude.
Cool,
Why
we'll
does
move
it
on to someone
matter?
else. You can either fucking have a conversation or cry like a bitch in chat. Not both. We have explained why we're calling it a unicorn. You can cry all you want. Your thing, your magical unicorn, exists outside of time, i.e., no A and B points of time, yet is able to get from A and B in time. Explain how that's possible without special pleading. That is a magical claim. So yes, I'm going to compare it to a fucking unicorn because it's just as real as a unicorn.
I was gonna give him the change argument, but he left or got kicked. I don't know.
I dropped him just for being annoying.
You know, I was thinking about giving Matt a little bit of a tad bit there for the fine tuning argument.
Dr.
I feel
Truth,
as
you
if-
talk a lot of shit. Request up.
I feel as if the fine tuning argument kind of assumes a lot of things. right? Like I think, first of all, I don't see why we would expect a maximally great being to create complexity, right? Like I think if we were to include that, I would expect a simplified version, right? Like if you really think about it, think of like a computer program. The best computer programs are the most simplistic, not the most complex.
Yeah, I didn't just kick you without reason, dude. We explained it multiple times, and you got hung up on us calling something another word. And I explained why I'm calling it that, and yet you still continued to cry. We granted your semantic, even though we completely disagreed with it, and we didn't cry like little bitches. We called your magical unicorn a magical unicorn, and you cried like a bitch instead of answering the fucking question. My question was, your unicorn breaks the laws of physics exactly same as a unicorn. A metaphysical framework of this metaphysical thing that doesn't fucking exist is able to, according to you, interact with time without there being time. I said, demonstrate how that's possible, and instead of demonstrating anything in an argument for defeating me, you instead cried like a fucking baby. And since you did that 3 times in a row, instead of debating the argument, you wanted to cry, I'm going to drop you. That way someone with more brain cells can come up and have a conversation like an adult.
Also, the
I
idea
like
with
it.
the idea with the constants that I was saying is that when people bring up like, our world is so finely tuned, or our constants are so finely tuned, not really. Like you can move them a bit and it'll be fine.
Like the Goldilocks zone, we can be in a massive area of difference.
Yeah, I think it's like 5 million miles closer, like 60 back or something like that.
Yep, something massive like that. Yeah, there are constants, but they can also be a little different and still work.
They can be a lot of different.
Yeah, I'd say 5 million miles is a lot of different.
Well, I mean just like the strong, weak, electromagnetic, gravity, like those forces can be different, like majorly.
And then also like gravity. Their argument is that it can't change more than 4%. Guess what? It's able to fucking change.
Yeah, that's normally their arguments, but there's like the whole alright. The whole idea is that, without these constants, there's nothing's permissible for life. You wouldn't have life. That's the whole
Oh,
idea
my
about it.
bad. That was my Spotify.
But,
I thought it was so interesting how he couldn't just. What got me was something that's outside of the laws of physics is against physics. I wonder.
Yeah, literally.
I was like, yes.
They're incapable of using logic. Because like we demonstrate that it's not logically possible, and they're like, "Well, he made logic." Oh, dude, can you demonstrate that?
Did he really?
Well, no, you can't demonstrate a metaphysical claim. Well, you're making an empirical claim right now.
I'm gonna drop if you need any physics help, send me an invite.
All right, I don't know how to do that though.
Just make Jaden do it.
Yep.
Always gotta make me do the bullshit.
What's up,
You're
Chaz?
doing all the hard work. Alright, I was literally at the grocery store and my phone was fucking dying, so I was like, yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, you should force every single viewer to like the live.
Yeah, what the fuck are we doing, you guys? There's 72 of you motherfuckers. We're at 6K likes. Are we serious? Lock the fuck in, all of you.
Dogs of War, I reject all religion. Because atheist means lack of belief in a god or gods. A means lack of or without. Theist means belief in God or gods. Put those two together and you get lack of or without the belief in God or gods. Oh!
Alright.
Yeah, something like that, Chaz. They're incapable of comprehending it, but yes, we're trying. Yeah, Dogs of War, we argue all of it. My prompt an hour ago was just we don't believe in the supernatural. And then we have Hindus come up, we have Buddhists come up, I have spiritual New Agers come up, I have witches come up, I have Christians come up, I have Mormons come up, I have Muslims come up, I have everyone come up. You want to know why there's so much Christians in this chat? Because I live in America and my entire algorithm is based in America, and the majority of my viewers are American, and the majority of the Western world is Christian. So yeah, I get a lot of Christians in here. And when I say Christian, that is the Abrahamic God. There are 45,000 denominations. You have Muslims, you have Catholics, you have Jews, you have Seventh Days, you have Mormons, you have so many different types under this umbrella of Abrahamic religion.
Host, are you a Tung 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 supportive civilizationist or a neo-libertarian phalangist?
That's a damn good question.
Have you seen the clips of Dean Weathers getting trolled?
Not really. Oh yeah, like some of the jokers that come on, yeah.
Actually, I saw a clip from him as well last night where he had said that he's considering quitting live streaming due to how many trolls he gets on a daily basis whenever he does lives. Like in that same stream, I guess he'd been streaming for about an hour, and every single person that came up was purely just a troll.
In a row was a troll, yeah.
I get that a lot too. It's just, you know, the TikTok sphere of patheticness. You got all these like Phil Bros
even
and
more pathetic.
Oh yeah, that's where KG lives, of course.
Did any of you guys watch
Pause. We got a unicorn coming up.
Okay.
God has officially arrived. What is up, my wonderful unicorn?
Hey.
I want something to eat. I want something yummy. By the looks of it, I'm out of luck.
What the fuck am
My
I
day
listening to?
isn't complete.
Yo, this is some Coco Melon shit. What the fuck is this?
I might be
Bro, what is
stuck in
this?
a classless town with deep decor and guard from a department store.
Appreciate you, bro. That was pretty funny.
Okay. Straight trash.
Did any of you guys watch the new Jubilee video that Dean did?
Oh no, I didn't.
Are you just obsessed with Dean right now?
No,
said
I
Dean
wanted to
Withers
say that
once, and
earlier.
you're just like, what?
No, I just wanted to say that earlier.
He joined Dean's stream and he goes, "I'm a hard right MAGA motherfucker, Dean. You met your match."
I'm
He was like,
so
"Want
hard.
Coca-Cola, Dean?"
Thinking about MAGA just makes me hard.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
The whole concept of MAGA just sounds like high cholesterol and high blood pressure.
It's just a bunch of angry. I don't even want to say white people because there are some Mexicans and black people that are in there. They're like,
Yeah, being a Mexican supporting MAGA is kind of crazy.
If you guys are theistic or believe in the supernatural, request up. We would love to have a conversation about that. I'm more than happy to have multiple opposition up. I am not trying to 4v1 anyone. So if you guys want to request up, go ahead and click those two little people at the bottom or one of the request boxes, and we can chat about supernatural, any god, any deity, etc.
Yeah, it's definitely a 4v1 because Jaden doesn't count. Jaden's just going to say premise 1. It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, so I have a 312 premise argument. It's going to take 2 hours.
I say it with love, Jaden. I only pick on people I love.
So if we get like 4 or 5 requesters that are theistic opposition, go for it. Request up, request up, request up. We will debunk the flood again.
Believe it or not, there are like 50 plus premise arguments that take
What is
like
up?
15
Alex
minutes.
D plays with the $4.99 super chat. You're an absolute legend. Everyone W for Alex.
The wild child, you should come up. I will present to you why Jesus is a liar.
And also XSV, the only reason they make fun of me with the long ass arguments is because my justifications for like almost every syllogism I've shown them is very long. I think the biggest argument I've ever had in premises is just 6.
6.
6 premises.
See, my longest one is 12, but in my defense, it's just using Darth Dawkins' syllogism and turning it around. So it was his that was 12.
Darth
I just happened
Dawkins
to use
is
them.
the literal greatest debater on all of social media.
My favorite argument is the time argument, okay, which we run against like atemporality. Then against Christians, either the maximally great abortion argument or the contradictions of God. Okay, by the way, just to clarify, there's like 2 different versions of the maximally great abortion argument. Well, one's like doesn't really have anything to do with abortion. One's about spreading the word. If we don't spread the word of God and no one knows who God is, then no one has to like pray to God and worship him. So God would essentially either have to send everyone to heaven or like judge people fairly. And if he sends everyone to hell, then he's not just. And then the abortion argument is like, once you are born, you are a sinner by nature. If we abort all babies, it's the maximally great thing to do because you are sinless. Therefore, all babies will go to heaven. And then we all know what the time mark is. And then I would say, what's another
I made
good
a
argument?
I made a new one saying that if you are a theist, your free will is unexpected. Yeah.
Oh,
this was-
the predetermined. Wait.
No,
so
no.
there's
It's
like,
different. This is one I made. It's basically saying that if your God has all. So, question 1: does your God have free will? Obviously, you're gonna give your all-powerful God like a freedom of choice. So yeah. Is your God all good? Yeah. And from there you get, and if you're all good, you don't have a capacity for evil. So
there would be like a paradox with God's
Yeah,
free will, because
yeah.
he would know like if he has all foreknowledge, then A must equal A in all possible
Yeah,
worlds if he
that's not my
exists as
argument,
a
though.
necessary exist. You could just run like, does
I know.
God have free will? And then if they say yes, then you would just say, okay, so then like God isn't all knowing, because then he wouldn't know like all choices that he makes.
No, that's not my
Or
argument.
if
Hold up.
yeah, I know that's not your argument. I'm just like saying like you could say this.
Let me go through it. This one's probably like the best version. It's saying our free will is unexpected. So is God all good? Yes. Does God have free will? Yes. Otherwise he's not all powerful. He would be bounded to choice. If he's all good, he doesn't have a capacity for evil because he's all good. So that means under a theistic worldview, there's a logically coherent version of free will where you can be where you lack a capacity for evil and still have free will. But as people, obviously our version of free will does have a capacity for evil. So our free will is unexpected if you're a theist.
So then God doesn't know everything.
No, it's just saying our free will is unexpected, especially if like we're in the best possible world and your God's all good.
Is this in a syllogism?
I can't lie.
I'm
I
making
can't lie,
it
sober.
currently.
I would. A Christian could just grant that, and then
No,
God
then you would have
still
to grant we're
exist.
not in the best possible world, which he wouldn't be an all good God.
Which would have been all good God.
He wouldn't be all loving, at least.
Still, the Christian God could exist.
I'm not. Well, not obviously not. Especially if you grant the like he has free will and is all good.
They could say the maximally great thing to do that God chose to do was to not conflate with our free will whatsoever and not give us the best. Well, this is the best possible choice.
It's
Yeah,
not. That's like saying that you're saying the capacity for evil is better than having a lack of capacity for evil, even though it's still coherent.
I think the biggest flaw is that I think they could make a distinction between God's nature, because like I've had this same problem ran on me before. I don't really know how to respond to it just yet, but I think they could make a distinction between God's nature and our nature, right? Like they could say, well, God is all good, God is all loving. That's why His nature is distinct from ours. We aren't made to be all good. We aren't made to be all loving.
No, we
Sure, they have to explain that, right? But they could definitely draw a distinction that could possibly raise the probability of our free will, under their worldview at least, being more likely than under an atheistic worldview.
Yeah. So if you believe, like, we'll just use Christianity as an example. It's been popping up. Under like a Christian worldview, the things that everything was perfect before fall of man. Everything was perfect before fall of man. Literally everything. But since they made that bad choice, that's when the fall of man, like, that was the result of it. But since they had the capacity to make a bad choice or capacity for evil, that means this bad version of free will was implemented in a perfect world. That's unexpected under an all good Christian
Whoa,
God.
wait.
I think I would even have the contention that, like, when you said perfect, right? The Bible does says like the world used to be perfect. I would say that, like, in order for a time period to be perfect, there shouldn't even be a chance of something else to go wrong. If there is, then it isn't perfect.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why I'm saying
perfection means no flaws.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was saying it's very unexpected, our version of free will.
Yeah. Okay, then yeah, that's the W argument.
Yeah, and I'm but it's like I call it triple-edged sword, because you either say God doesn't have free will, which means he's bounded by choice, so he's not all-powerful, or he does have free will and it falls into what I already said. Or you have to kind of like argue that everything in our world, we are in the best possible world, and every decision an agent can make is good, which you would have a really hard problem like justifying like murder or grape, shit like that.
And what if they reject S5 axiom?
This doesn't use S5.
S5 is possible worlds.
Oh, I mean, what if they reject S5? If they grant that it's not the best possible world, then I just think all loving doesn't follow.
Like, all loving, well, if they reject possible worlds, like this is the only world?
If they, not other, I'm saying, like, if they reject we're in the best possible world, then you have no reason to, like, say there's an all-loving God. By all-loving, an all-loving God would want us to be in the best possible world.
No, what I'm saying, they reject there are other possible worlds. There is no other worlds that are possible that are worse or better. This is the only world that does exist.
I have the capability of imagining a world without that. Without, like,
That
and obviously
doesn't
it's logically coherent, so obviously there is a world better.
A possible
I
world.
think
They could just say that, like, you would need.
Yeah,
an
they can just reject possible
not-
world semantics.
No, not if they accept what followed. Because here, if they
No,
accept,
yeah, he has the conception of a possible world. Like, I could say there could be a worser world where God just doesn't care about us or tortures us, or like something else goes on in the world, or like humans look like monkeys. Like, that would be a possibility of a world. The conception of that is a possible world that could exist.
What's up, Shaquille?
That itself is like possible worlds, which would be S5.
Shaquille, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You over the age of 18?
Yes.
Okay, which God do you believe in?
There's no evidence for God.
Yep.
What
Which
kind
God do
of
you believe
evidence are you
in?
looking for?
Yeah, which God do you believe in?
Allah.
Allah. All right, why should I believe there's evidence for God?
What kind of evidence are you looking for?
That's a damn good question. What evidence do you have?
Just
There
the
is no
effects, the
evidence.
influence
You want to
that
demonstrate it?
the effects and the influence that God has.
Oh, what
to
evidence do you have
maintain
for that
life,
claim?
sustain life.
Yeah, what evidence do you have for that claim?
The effects of it, the influence of it, we can see it around us.
Demonstrate the cause.
What effects?
This science is evidently points to God.
Where?
No, it doesn't. Science is the
It
study of the
does
natural
science.
world. It
Science
doesn't
is
study
expert.
the supernatural.
Science is
Wait.
an
Wait,
So what
study
you
is the Wait,
Go on.
science studies the natural world, not the supernatural, so it can't point to the supernatural. What do you say?
Right. Okay.
Well,
So when science studies the natural world, do you see any balanced proportion, intelligent design in that, or do you just see random
yeah,
No, I
chaos?
don't.
just real
You see
quick.
random chaos?
There is
Yes.
there
Yes.
is a lot of us atheists here. I don't know how Cody feels about this, but I really wouldn't want us kind of like all jumping on him. So if we couldn't do that, I think that would be nice.
Thank you, sir. I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
that's fine. I'll just shout him, like, if the host wants to interject. But yeah.
Yeah, chaos does
So-
have order.
Yeah.
It's called
So
chaos
I
theory.
actually started off with a question which got debunked. What kind of evidence are you looking for?
That's a good question. I don't know. There is
Any
no
evidence
evidence.
that
How
you
am I
have,
supposed to know?
See, you have a God belief, okay?
Yeah.
Is it derived by evidence or is it derived from a claim?
Well, God tells us to look around you.
Where? How do you know that?
Because
the
the Quran
Quran,
says so.
right?
Who wrote the Quran?
The scripture that I believe in encourages.
Who wrote the Quran?
I mean,
Who
the
wrote
Quran,
it?
the Quran gets a lot of
Various
shit
people
wrong.
wrote the Quran, but it actually
Oh,
came
human
from
beings
one
wrote
being.
it. That's really cool.
And, I mean, the Quran.
You keep interrupting. You asked me a question. Who wrote the Quran?
Mhm.
The Quran was written by human beings, but
Yep.
it came and it was inspired by one source.
Says who?
It was written later.
Says who?
The Quran itself.
Oh, that's kind of crazy, isn't it? It's called begging the
Confirmation bias.
question.
Wow.
So you just said that the
So-
book is true because the book says it's true. So Harry Potter is true because it says Hogwarts exists.
The book also challenges to produce something like it, and also there's.
Oh, we do have something better than
plenty
it.
of other-
It's called the
there's
scientific
plenty
method.
of other reasons for me to believe that the book is divine scripture.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean,
What
we
is it?
have-
Okay, would you not? Wait,
But
would you
may
not say if
understand
I
this
made
because you've never read the book or you've never actually studied the book in any aspect,
So-
you won't actually.
I mean,
be
you
able
wouldn't know
to-
that. I've read the
Yeah,
Quran in English. But I would just tell you.
Yes,
I would just simply
read-
tell you that,
read-
like,
I did say read and study. Reading it and studying it.
Yeah,
Let me
I've
ask you a
read
question.
scholarly
Let me ask you a question,
deciphers.
Shaquille. What evidence do you have that I haven't studied it?
No, first of all, I asked you a question. What kind of evidence are you looking for? You still.
What kind of
debunked that
evidence would you
question.
like for a magical unicorn living in my backyard?
It's something that doesn't interest me.
Well, so.
okay,
the
so then
Quran-
your God doesn't interest me, so he doesn't exist.
That's stupid.
But the question does.
It's
Yeah,
called
you
an
need to
internal
prove-
critique.
The question does, so it must.
Shaquille, let me break this
Okay,
down.
okay.
I want to
Do
break
you
this
have
down for you.
empirical?
So here, you're asking me what evidence would it take? I don't know because it doesn't exist. It's the same thing as me asking you what evidence would you require for me to prove to you that there is a magical metaphysical unicorn in my backyard right now that every time I walk up to him, he shits out diamond for me. What evidence would you need?
Right, you've asked.
Pause.
is
I just
there-
asked you a good question, the same question you asked me. If you can't answer it, then I shouldn't have to answer yours. It's an
Right,
internal
then what was the
critique.
question?
So,
What was
what
the question
evidence
again?
would you need to believe my claim that there is a magical metaphysical unicorn in my backyard that shits out diamonds? Today, Junior.
I think he went to ChatGPT to ask. Not sure.
I mean, it's
honestly,
also-
I don't even think we have to take it there. We could just say, do you have any empirical evidence, right? And see if he says that. If he says no, then
He will run straight to metaphysics if we do
Yes,
that.
No, I just had
Yeah.
a phone call.
So,
And
what
it's
evidence
also
would you
the-
require for my unicorn?
Right, if I was running a live and there I actually asked that there's no evidence that you have a unicorn in the back of your garden, then that will show that I've got some interest in that question, but I haven't. You've genuinely put a question.
It's called an
up there, yeah,
internal
and they're asking-
critique. I am
you've asked
showing
a
you your
statement
logic.
This is
there.
like really stupid
Look, you've
because
made
you're
a
just saying,
statement
"Oh,
there,
I'm not interested."
and I'm
so we
trying to
don't have
help.
talk
Look,
about it." Shaquille, look.
there's
I'm
too
gonna
many
help you
people
out. I'm gonna be
speaking
good
here.
faith. Wait, Shaquille, I'm gonna be good faith, okay? In order for everyone here. Let's say we are all scientists. All of us are scientists. We're starting from scratch, completely from scratch, right? You know how like scientists long ago, when they were trying to prove how black holes work and stuff like that, they had to start completely from scratch. Okay, now we need to prove how God exists or works. So we need to start from scratch and start finding the evidence. Okay, do you have any evidence? Think of us, we're dumb as a rock.
Yes,
You need to prove to us that God exists. What
I
evidence
pointed
do
to
you
the
have?
evidence, but you just deny the evidence.
He didn't
No,
provide
point
any
us to the
evidence.
evidence. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just say,
You
look,
haven't
it's
brought
simple.
anything up.
Look, in layman's term, science is basically God's handiwork. How about that?
How do you know that?
Yeah, you need to prove that.
Right, how do
Because
I know
that's a
that?
claim by
Right,
itself.
okay, now I'll tell you. Because the way this world is proportioned, the way it's balanced, the way it repeats itself, yeah, it clearly shows there's some sort of intelligent design.
How?
There's a balance within place for us
No,
to sustain
that's
this
kind of
life.
Pause.
like
Exactly the way science
bad
explains.
precept.
Pause. Pause.
Shaquille,
Look,
Shaquille.
there's too
Pause.
many we
Pause.
speaking now.
Shaquille, pause. I've got this. It's okay. How do you know that God has anything to do with it?
Because science says so.
No, it doesn't. What part of
Yeah, it
science?
does.
What citation shows
The,
God interacting with gravity?
the energy itself, something that
All
you
right.
can't see.
What site?
Okay,
Actually, we
okay,
can
hold
see
on
energy.
now,
That was
hold on. You just
stupid.
mentioned gravity.
And
Right,
energy
okay.
cannot be created nor destroyed.
Okay, you
Your
look,
God
you
is
just
a
mentioned
creator.
gravity. What's your name? Evidence for whatever. How can I address you, sir?
You call me whatever the fuck you want. Just don't call me late to
Right,
dinner.
okay. So you mentioned gravity. What evidence do you have for gravity, apart from the effects of it? Do you see? I can't see anything physically pulling me down. That's the effect. That's the effect. That's not the
Gravity
evidence.
is an effect, brother. Gravity
Yes,
is
yes,
things
it's
coming
an
to the
effect.
ground.
There's a force, isn't there, in play?
Yeah, it's
That's
called
God's handiwork, and the force is God's
space-time
handiwork.
That's what you can
curvature.
see.
And the force
Mass
is God's
attracts
handiwork.
mass.
You
You can
can't
see
see the
that.
force, but you can
False.
see the effects of it.
Pause. Shaquille. Listen. Yes, we can. It's called space-time curvature. What does
So
God have to
look,
do with space-time curvature?
look.
Don't
Just
pivot.
like you
Don't
can't
pivot.
look.
Don't pivot. What does God pause? Don't
No,
pivot.
let's
Don't
stick to the
pivot. Don't
previous
pivot.
one.
Stick to
No,
your
you
claim.
can't
Stick to your
dictate
claim.
this.
Stick to your claim. Your claim is that God creates gravity. You asked me what causes gravity. I said space-time curvature. You did not disagree. So now it's your turn to demonstrate God having anything to do with space-time curvature. Go ahead. You said science proves God, so demonstrate how God has anything to do with space-time curvature.
God create them as well.
How do you know that?
Just as science explains.
How
God
do you
create that.
know that God
Everything,
created
look,
space-time curvature?
anything that science explains is God's handiwork.
That's a
You prove me
claim.
wrong. You
Demonstrate
prove me
it.
wrong. You prove me wrong. You said that there's no evidence for God. You prove me that science, the explanation of science, isn't God's handiwork.
You have the claim.
Tell me it's the unicorn in your back garden that's doing all that, and it's not God.
So this
It
is
is
gonna
the
be
bat. It is the unicorn in my backyard.
Come on, look. See,
Prove me
This is
wrong.
gonna be
look,
like this is a confused claim.
it's not hard.
Right?
It's not hard.
So,
Yeah, prove me wrong.
right. This is a confused claim. The thing is you're the one that has made a positive claim that your God exists. We
Yes,
say there's no
science says
evidence for
so.
that. We
Look,
say science doesn't say
science
so, and the
says
Quran
so.
gets so much shit
Science
wrong. The
always
Quran is so
explains that
wrong
there's
about
something
so many
intelligent
things.
going on.
No,
There's
it
a force.
doesn't.
There's a force. There's an energy. There's something intelligent going on behind whatever you observe. Do you
Demonstrate
understand?
that claim.
And
say
that
that?
exactly is
Where does
God's
it say
handiwork.
that? Where does it say that in science?
Yeah, what citation
Point me to the
demonstrates that?
citation.
Well, if you studied particles and atoms and things
Point
like
me
that,
to
you
the
would know
citation.
Listen,
that
listen,
you know
listen. We don't even have to
when,
drag it. Wait,
when look
Shaquille.
when
Shaquille,
different
don't run away
elements
from the
interact
argument.
with
You
each
are
other.
running. You are
Look,
running
when
like a
different
coward right now.
elements
You're
interact
running
with
like a
each
coward
other,
right now.
yeah, you have
Shaquille,
certain effects
don't even
which
go
are
there. Don't even go
consistent to
there.
Holy
science,
shit.
and
Holy
they're
shit.
quite
This is getting
accurate, and they're
chaotic.
harmonized
Wait,
with each other.
Shaquille,
Yeah.
Shaquille. I'm just gonna ask you like two simple questions.
Look, there's
Okay.
trivia,
What's
and you're
the
not doing yourself
definition
any
of
justice.
science?
Why
What's
don't
the
one of you step
definition of
forward,
science?
tell me your name, yeah, and we can have a back and forth, because at the moment there's trivia, and you're just drowning
Okay,
each
bet.
other's comments out,
Bet.
Go
and you're
for
not
it,
doing yourself
SX.
any justice.
Yeah. Okay. My name is S. You can just call me S. Okay.
Ass.
So S.
S,
Okay.
not ass, not donkey, not ass.
You
Right,
can
the
call me
letter
a
S.
donkey if you will.
No, I
I
wouldn't
don't
want to
care.
do that.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So Shaquille, what would you define science as? What's science to you?
The result of when different elements of nature interact with each other.
No. So
That is
science would
science.
just be the study of the natural world. Okay.
Yes.
So could you just like, yeah. And the natural world
No.
is what?
Medicine's scientific, but it's not natural, it's made, it's compounded.
No, it exists within a naturalistic framework.
What do you
from
think
natural
See, the
penicillin
things.
explanation
is?
is off the mark, mate.
Wait. Are all of these things just made from like changes of states of matter that comes from planet Earth? Do you not think like that paracetamol comes from like the Earth, just compounds, and then we process them?
You know,
and we
seem,
study how these compounds work
look, you
in
seem
order
like a
to
very,
bind
you
them.
seem like a very intelligent man, right?
No,
You're well
no,
versed.
no, we're not gonna do. No, we're not gonna run. No,
Listen. You're well versed in science.
Hello,
You're
hey,
well
hey,
versed
hi,
in
hi, hello,
scientific
hey, hello,
facts
hi. Sorry.
and how
Could we not
science
run?
is
Look, I've had
work.
so many people in the last week just say,
Listen to me, son.
"Hey, I know you're an intelligent guy, but no,
No, listen to me.
we study
Right? Just be
compounds,
patient.
correct?
Be
We study
patient.
compounds."
Just be patient.
I asked you. No. I told you I'm gonna ask you 2 questions, and then we're gonna come to a conclusion, and then you can say, just answer the questions honestly, okay, to the best of your ability, without any contention. Okay. So we've agreed that science is the study of the natural world. Okay. When we talk about like medical science or something, that it's still going to follow under that same paradigm, because the natural world contains the matter and the compounds, and we just study the compounds and bind them together.
Okay,
Right?
then what keeps the natural world together?
What keeps the natural world together?
Yes. Is it science?
Hold itself. No,
Which part of
science is just the study. Wait, science is the
I mean,
study of
no,
how
no.
things
Okay,
work.
then what keeps the natural world together? Because someone's doing a bloody good job out there.
Wait. What do you mean
And
by
it's
the
not
natural
you
world?
or the unicorn
What
in
do you
my
mean by
guy's
the natural
backyard.
world, right? When we talk about it, I just want you to define that, because I know what it is. I just need you to define it.
No, you tell me. Who's keeping it all together? Come on, because there's a whole lot of universe
No,
out there.
what's your
what's keeping it
definition,
all
right?
together? Come on, smart ass. Tell me. Since there's no evidence for God, the evidence is all around you. Who's keeping the damn thing
Wait.
up in the
So
first
do you
place?
know? Wait, is God
Look,
supernatural? Is
you're
God
living and
supernatural?
breathing
Is
in
God
something so
supernatural?
sophisticated that's
Is
been
God
held together
supernatural? Is God supernatural? That's my
very
second question.
intelligently in a
Is God
proportionate, balanced,
supernatural? That's my
harmonized
second
manner,
question. Is
and you
God
still have the
supernatural?
audacity to deny God.
Is
You're
God
ridiculous.
supernatural?
You know what? Sometimes I think the
Is
word
God
donkey does suit you.
supernatural?
Who's keeping it all together? Come on, then.
Is God
Shaquille,
Look, I've asked you
supernatural?
a simple question. Who's keeping it
Is
all together?
God supernatural?
Shaquille, you have no fucking power here. Chill the fuck out and answer some questions and stop fucking running.
Oh,
I
you're
asked
getting
you.
sensitive now, are you?
I told you. I'm gonna ask you 2 questions.
Don't get
I'm gonna
twitchy
give
with
a
me, son.
conclusion, then after that you can give backlash. Okay.
Look how stupid you are.
I'm running an informal argument, but with premises,
I've asked
so
you a
that
simple
your
question.
little pea brain can comprehend it.
What's
Okay.
keeping it all?
P1, science is the study of the natural world. P2, God is supernatural. P3, a supernatural entity cannot be studied by a natural measuring scientific
Shall I just-
framework. Right? Conclusion, science cannot prove a supernatural being because it only studies the natural world, not supernatural. Do you agree with that?
And the natural world that science studies, yeah?
It's not
Does it?
supernatural. It is
That,
not supernatural, correct?
no, it's not supernatural. Okay,
Okay,
I
so
agree.
it doesn't prove God.
I
So
agree
it
with you.
doesn't prove God.
Look,
So it doesn't prove God.
are you going
Nice
to keep
concession.
interrupting?
Okay,
Are you
now
going to
ask
keep
me
it? Look,
your
you've asked me a
questions.
question. Are you going to keep
Look, you
interrupting?
gave me the first concession.
No,
Now you
come
can
on.
ask your questions.
Right, I'm not asking questions. I want to explain to you your question. I want to answer you back with what you just asked
Do you
me.
want to explain
So,
my question?
no,
What the
no,
fuck?
I want to respond back to what you asked me.
I thought you wanted to ask me like how everything gets held up. I thought you want me to answer that.
We can get back to that in a bit.
Oh, so now we're running from your own
You should have
question.
answered
Okay,
that when I
that's
asked
fine.
you. Right. So now that science studies what goes on in this natural world, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and you still haven't explained to me what's keeping it together. Now you tell me what's keeping it together.
Okay, so we
That's
ran
it.
from your first question that I reminded you of, and now we're coming back to it. Okay, cool. So just to reiterate, you're telling me like you're asking me what is keeping this natural world together?
Yes, you just asked. You just said it to me in the form of a
Yeah, the
question.
fundamentals of the laws of physics, and the laws of physics can be defined as just like the variables that constrain all things.
Would you
Right?
say
They're
that's a
just the
type of
limits.
would you say that's a type of energy or force?
I would actually say it's embedded in the quantum field. I
No,
think
is
there's
it an energy or
there's
force?
evidence for that.
All right, is gravity a force? Is it
Yeah,
an
sure.
energy?
It's energy.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Right.
energy because
Right.
the entire universe is essentially energy.
Right. Okay. So you know that we have magnetic fields as well, yeah?
What the fuck does that have to do with
We,
anything? But
look, we
yeah,
have we have other different types of forces and energies going on
yeah,
about us, yeah?
magnetic, electromagnetic. Yeah. What are you getting?
Yes. Okay, fair enough. Do you see these, or did you see the effects of it?
You can measure them and you can see the effects of them. Yes.
Right. Okay. So we can measure God's
Can you see
handiwork, then, yeah?
light? Can you see
So
light?
so we can
No,
measure
no.
what's going
Just
on.
wait.
We
Can you
can
see
measure God's
light?
handiwork.
No. Can you
You know
see light?
something? If you can measure something, is
Wait,
it
what the
random
fuck?
or is it
Wait,
consistent?
holy precept. Wait, you're saying that light, like electromagnetic,
Listen. So listen.
the
If you
light
can,
which falls
you
under
just
the electromagnetic
you just
spectrum,
said that you can measure
is
something,
evidence
yeah?
of God because God is doing these things. Holy precept, right? So you're saying because these things exist, then God must explain it.
Because they exist in a very harmonious way, balanced, proportionate.
Not necessarily. There's different types
Yes,
of
they do.
frequencies for
Right, for us to
electromagnetism.
maintain and sustain our life,
There's different
yeah,
types
here
of
in this
frequencies
world.
for electromagnetism. There's different types of lights. There's a whole spectrum of different lights that like
So
can have different frequencies.
So, okay, so before you said that there's an energy in force, yeah, we agreed on that, yeah. What is that energy in force? Where does that come from?
Yeah, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. Therefore, a creator cannot create energy, right? So that means there is
Right,
either no
energy can't be
creator
created,
or it
right?
just
This
exists.
is where it gets
It
interesting.
can't be
You just
created
said,
nor destroyed. So using
hold
linear
on.
logic, okay, if it can't be created, then there is no starting point. And if it can't be destroyed, then there is no end point. So it must be eternal with no beginning or no end. That's the definition
And
of
that's your
eternal.
definition of energy, yeah?
Yes.
Right, and that's my
Energy is
definition.
eternal.
That's my Islamic definition of God. This is what I'm trying to get
Okay,
to.
but we have evidence to prove that energy exists, but God doesn't.
No, he just defined
Because
energy as
God
God.
exceeds the laws of nature.
He just
We-
defined
we-
energy as God.
we believe that
energy.
we believe that God is behind the power that we observe, yeah, behind what we observe. So God
Okay,
is
what is
that
God?
energy.
What is
God is the
wait? So God is
influence
energy.
or the source of that energy.
Wait, so now you're just what do they call it? Fuck.
Moving the goalpost.
A pantheist. You're a pantheist. You're not Muslim at this
What do you
point.
mean?
You think that God and the universe are one.
God, no, I
If
don't.
God is energy
No,
and energy exists within the universe, right?
no,
Energy being
I
a
said
physical
God.
thing,
I
then
said
God
God's.
exists in
I said
unison with the
I said
universe.
I said God is the source of that energy. I didn't say God is that energy.
Yeah, you did.
Wait,
You
God
literally
is the
said word
source
for
of the
word God
energy?
is energy.
You just said God word
God
for
is the
word,
source
God
of
is
that energy.
energy.
Yeah.
No, you said it's energy. God
No, I
is
said God
energy.
is the source of that energy.
You can
Okay, so he
backpedal and now
creates
say
energy.
that.
So you misinterpreted me there.
No, because you said God is energy,
So,
so
so
that's why I
we
called you
have agreed.
pantheist.
So we've agreed all the way up to the energy part, but this is where you fall
No, I don't
foul.
agree. You
No,
need to
no, because
prove.
this is where you
No,
fall foul. This
you're
is where we go our different ways. I relate
what?
that to God. You just relate it to some sort of random chaos. Fair enough. We've got there
What?
anyway
No,
eventually.
what? No, what the fuck? No, that's not
That was
what
a hell
No,
of a
Muslims
stop
should
shot,
be,
swearing
man.
now.
man.
Look, you're getting sensitive. You're getting agitated. Stop it. Calm down.
I'm not getting agitated. I'm
You are.
just like you're saying some stupid shit,
No, stop
right?
getting
Like
emotional.
in the Islamic paradigm, your God exists outside the universe and cannot interact with the universe.
God is not bound within time and space.
Okay, so he exists outside the universe. So he doesn't source
He's
energy. So you're conflating a metaphysical being with physics.
for God there is no outside and inside.
Is God
Well, wait, you
physical?
just said God was outside.
No, I said God isn't subject to time and space.
So
Shaquille,
God exists outside the
you able to go
universe.
handle your baby, bro?
Yeah, stop ignoring your kid. You should probably like.
Yeah, Shaquille. So God sources
I'm gonna leave
energy?
it. I'm gonna leave it now. So I'll catch you later on. Yeah, my kids.
You're gonna run?
Okay.
Finally.
That was the worst debate I've ever had.
I mean, it gets to a point because you need to make up your fucking mind. If you're gonna say something and mean it, then you can't just switch up like. Because he did say, God is energy. God is the energy,
Yes.
and it was like,
I
okay.
was gonna ask him, how can God source energy into the universe if he exists outside of the universe? And the Quran states that God doesn't interact with the universe because everything has been created according to God's plan. So everything is already in motion. He doesn't need to interact with it anymore until Judgment Day. So like, and energy is not created nor destroyed, so he wouldn't even be able to create energy.
I agree.
Yeah, and he's not physical, so how can he create something physical? So many issues with that. His baby saved him.
don't even think that because he was getting a little heated, and babies can kind of read that room. So it's like him yelling about God is irritating the baby, and then the baby just starts crying louder. Because I remember hearing the baby be like, "Mama, where are you?" Like he's kind of ignoring his kid and then yelling about shit. But regardless, I think he was irking me because he was like, oh, do you want to be a smartass? And what keeps the world together? And my first thought is there is not just one thing that keeps the world together, unless we're talking about gravity preventing the Earth from pretty much like exploding and keeping it in one piece. Or like,
Vanessa, if the pagan gods don't exist, why do you have Monday through Sunday?
I would just ask him, like, I think for my next argument, I would ask, can non-existence exist? And then if they say no, right, then I would just say then the universe would always have to exist, right? And then if they say no, the God would have to exist, then I would just prove how can something like non-physical create something physical.
there were a lot of fallacies that I was seeing in there. It was just kind of interesting. Interesting.
Dr. Truth, you shit talk me a whole lot, but yet you seem like you're in complete agreement with everything we're saying.
He did say he agreed with something I said. I don't really remember what I said, to be honest.
Wait. Okay. Bachelor's in biology, master's and PhD in chemistry, seeker of truth, over 50 published papers, 2 patents. I don't know, bro. Sounds like LARP, but no.
I
Do you
believe
want to
he's an
write your 51st
idealist as
paper?
well, though. I think. I might be wrong on that.
I don't want to go into law. Plus, you're supposed to call him a poser. What isn't the right word?
As an atheist, like I would agree that
Yeah.
at least one necessary existence would have to exist that can't fail to
Dr.
exist.
Truth, that is the universe. Non-existence can't obtain. Energy can't be created. Energy exists. Therefore, the necessary existence is existence itself, because nothingness can't be.
Exactly.
You gotta like.
facts.
The
Linear
universe
logic
is
and
not
empirical
contingent,
evidence
Dr.
is
Truth. The universe is not contingent. This is an empirical claim you would need to demonstrate with empirics. As a doctor, you should know that.
Wait, you have a doctorate and you only have 50 published papers?
What's up, GK?
How you doing? You alright?
All right, man. You over the age of 18, brother?
Yeah, sure, man.
Hell yeah, man. Which God do you believe in, brother?
I believe in God. There's only one God, as far as I'm
Do you follow a
concerned.
specific religion?
Yeah, mainly Islam.
Oh, okay. Round 2.
Nice.
All right. I'm going to let Ravis take this one. SX and I will shut the fuck up. Ravis, you want to do it?
Sure.
Let's keep him, though. Let's have a long conversation, give him some chance, give him some linear back and forth.
Yeah, of course. So, I mean, I guess I would start off with what is your best evidence / argument for God?
My best evidence is is how the rain is there for thirst and hunger, and the moon is there for phases, and the sun is there for light.
Are you trying to say look at the trees?
Yeah,
Pretty
so-
much, yeah.
I'm going to say it's the case. I'm not going to accept the look at the trees argument. This could be evidence of things that are not God claims, and so, when it comes to this, I have no reason to care about look at the trees argument. Do you have an argument that's going to specifically specify that your God has to exist, or are you just going to make, poor theistic arguments?
The thing is there's only one God. It doesn't matter what book you believe in, it's all one God, you know what I mean? Whether or not you believe that a man is God or
No, not
because
necessarily.
it's true. Because it's true, a man is God, and a man is a bird, and God is in a bird. God is a bird, and God is a man, and God is the moon. God is the sun. So
Well, I
God is
don't think that's
everything.
true. I think that's a very confused claim. I don't think it's going to be useful for any part of the conversation here at all.
Yeah,
Like,
so what I'm saying is, there's only one God, right?
okay, cool. I believe in two gods. I believe in Luna and Sol, and they are two separate gods, and which appear at two separate times of the day, and they're useful for two separate things. All right.
Can
so
we,
what's going to be your argument that's not
GK,
valid?
define God real quick?
God is the creator. He made us.
So he is not us then.
No, he's not us, but
And you
because
just
he's
said he
created.
is. You just contradicted yourself.
Because what I'm saying is, we are of God. We are made by God, so we are God.
No.
But then you said God was a bird.
Not saying that we are God.
Pause. You
but we
just
are God.
said, and I quote, God made us, so we are God.
Yes.
No. Am I a computer?
Yes.
Am I a water bottle?
In a way. You're not a computer.
Am I a
No, you're not
water bottle? You did not understand. Am I a
Yes.
desktop
Yes, you are.
computer? Am I a water bottle?
You're as
Am I a
much.
vape?
You're as much as a computer as.
Am I this? Is
or a
this what
water
I am?
bottle.
Is
Let me see.
like, so your God is all things. We are
No,
God.
smoke is not you, because if you smoke you die. But everything that makes you better is God.
Everything
is
kills you.
Is flourishing.
Brother, you
So-
age
If you
because of
punch somebody-
oxygen.
You
So
find
No,
the
oxygen
right
is
way
what
they
you
die.
breathe.
Yeah,
So a
oxygen
fart-
is why you age and die from old age.
like a fart is a God then. So when I fart, that's God.
Yes.
Okay. So
Nothing wrong with a
you
fart.
worship
It's God.
you worship a fart. That's an interesting stance to have. I mean, I've only ever seen that at fetish clubs, but so I mean, this just isn't like, what type of Muslim are you? Are you Sunni?
No, I'm not Sunni or I'm not Muslim. I'm more like just I'm Muslim in the way I pray. So I pray to God and I preach to God because the prayer is therapeutic, it's good for you. As
Yes.
everything is here, everything that is made here is meant for a purpose. So
How-
there's no such thing as bad or good. There's only such thing as things that flourish and things that go on their way to die. For example, smoking, tobacco is from the ground, right? It's natural, it's good for you, it's medicinal. However, at this point in time, we're using it for recreational use. It is good for you because it's fun, it feels good, and it is made by God for us to enjoy and for pleasure. However, the point is not God, it's more about what the confusion is whether or not there's one God, whether or not there's two gods. There's clearly one God because all the planets in the sky are circular. It's not like there's some planets that are square, some planets that are circle. No, they're all
Well, what would-
circular. All animals have eyes the same way. It's not like there's two gods involved in one project. There's only
That's
one
not
God
true.
involved.
Eyes evolved separately 6 different times. Like eyes are not all the same, not even remotely. Our eyes are actually among the worst that we could have, right? Like an octopus eyes compared to ours is day and night.
No,
They
you
have
mean no, like some eyes are green, some
Can
eyes
we
are
go back
blue.
to this is getting so like annoyingly just fucking yap. What is
I just
God?
want to let you know,
Just answer
the
that.
FDA has universally agreed that any form of tobacco is harmful to you, so you're just wrong.
So GK,
Tobacco
just
is not harmful.
what is God? GK, what is God?
God is the creator.
Okay, so he created
He made
all
us.
things, therefore the universe is not fucking God. Can you demonstrate that the universe is created, please and thank
You
you?
mean the universe is in planets and stuff.
What the fuck do you think the universe is?
That's what I'm saying. Like the word universe is so abstract.
No, it's not. It
These
means
days
all
that's
things in
become something
existence.
sci-fi thing.
The cosmos,
Perfect. All
the universe, the galaxies,
We don't-
everything in existence is the universe.
Is
So,
God,
did God
yes.
make it? No. You just contradicted yourself. You just said that the universe is God. I asked you, did God make it?
No.
It cannot be
Yes,
both
I
of those at the exact
No,
same time.
I mean in that way, as in he made it is God. I mean like by God.
Okay. God made it. It is not God. Do you have demonstration that the universe was created? Go ahead.
Okay.
The answer is no, but you can
Fine, what's the
try.
purpose of teeth? No, I'll tell you. What's the purpose of your teeth?
Don't fucking pivot, you pathetic coward. Do you have evidence that the universe was fucking created? Yes or no?
Yes. What's the purpose of your
Shut the
teeth, for
fuck up
example?
and keep on the fucking topic. I won't allow you to pivot. You just agreed yes. What evidence do you have that the universe was created?
What kind of proof would you like then?
Fucking empirical proof, because it's an empirical claim. Now provide it.
The universe, including planets, the Earth, the moon, the sun.
Stop yapping. Just demonstrate the evidence that the universe was created. We already agreed on what the fucking universe entails. Now, you said, shut up. I don't want crying. You're yapping way too much. I'm getting to the bottom of this bullshit. You said, shut the fuck up. I didn't give you permission to talk. You said that the universe was created by God. We agreed that the universe is all things in existence. Now, you also said that there is evidence that the universe was created. You asked me what type of evidence I would like. I said I would like empirical evidence. You said you have it. Now present it without pivoting like a coward. Go ahead. If you bring up teeth, I'm dropping you because we have other people that want to talk that have more brain cells than you. I did not mean to mute you. All right.
Dr. Truth.
While you're disrespecting me, we're not gonna have a fruitful
Why are you being a
argument,
crybaby bitch? Can you demonstrate the empirical evidence
you're
you said that
talking to
you
a man
have?
here, you're not
Shut the
talking
fuck
to
up. You are not a man. Demonstrate the empirical evidence that you have for the creation of the universe.
Okay, what does empirical mean?
Sounds like a you problem. Demonstrate the evidence that you have that the universe was created. You said you do have it.
Yes, what's empirical?
All
for
right, we're going to get
example?
someone with a brain. Anyone with a brain that wants to have a conversation and doesn't want to yap about horseshit nonsense, request up.
Oh man, if you wanted someone that didn't want to yap about nonsense, why'd we let Jaden back up?
Fucking bastards.
I have to be a little mean.
Jew, you can request up, man.
Faye didn't even get to handle that one. You just completely took that one the fuck over.
He kept pivoting. I don't like pivoters.
I know.
See, the thing is that you don't like pivoters, and I'll just follow pivoters down the most random
fuck no.
path.
Fuck no. He was going down so many different fucking rabbit trails. It was developing a fucking ant farm.
I just like following them, and then when we get to the end of a pathway, I'm just like, so how does this connect back? Like, I need you to say everything you said before and connect it back. And 9 times out of 10, they're like, well, I don't remember.
I'm just sitting here enjoying my grapes while he was talking about some bullshit.
That was a lot of nothing burger.
Yeah, remember.
Catholics I enjoy talking to because they tend to, the ones that I have debated that are Catholic, they tend to at least argue about the evidence. Muslims have never actually presented any evidence ever, except for just trying to talk over you, call you insecure. They just say, you're talking over me, you're an asshole. They never talk about the actual point, and they always pivot hardcore, and then they try and gaslight you. Christians, some of the Christians actually do try. Some do try and present something. A lot of the times it comes up to just purely experience, which is why I appreciate Catholics over it, because the Catholics don't just talk about the experience. They talk about they at least try to discuss some sort of mechanism for the experience being a God, whereas the Christians are more like, yeah, the experience is the evidence of the God.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand that people experience what they think is God. We're not asking that. We're asking why should we believe that the experience was caused by a God?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I already invited you up.
A religious atheist?
Yeah, I mean, technically speaking, I'm a part of 2 religions, so.
You know who we need back, Cody? We need Catholic Thinker back.
Yeah, where did he vanished?
Where did he go?
Yeah, the last time I spoke to him, he was telling me that he was just dealing with a lot of things in life. he had to get a new job and things of that nature, so he just hasn't had time.
Sure. Yeah. That's fair. That's valid. I liked Catholic. He was fucking awesome. Yeah, I enjoy the Catholics. Chatting with Catholics, I would say that my favorite people to argue with are Catholics and like Buddhists and New Agers.
Speaking of Buddhism, did you hear about all of the Buddhas that got freaking hit by a car?
I did. It's like 30 videos in a row that are each 5 minutes long and don't show anything.
So sad.
I mean, yeah, it's sad. There's a lot of sad going on. Everclear is up to 190 proof. Yuki Ono. Let's get you up here. Yuki, what is up?
Yo.
You over the age of 18, brother?
What?
You over the age of 18, man?
I'm 24.
Wonderful. Which god do you follow?
I follow the God of the Bible.
Wonderful. Would you consider yourself a Christian, Catholic, Jew, Mormon?
Yeah, Christian.
Christian. Cool. All right. Well, I don't believe in it, and I have never found any evidence for it, so I am under the impression that there is no evidence for it. Do you have any way to change my mind?
Okay, so if the non-existence of God does not exist, then God exists. The non-existence of God does not exist, therefore God exists. What premise do you reject?
That's literally line for line what what's his name uses. What's that guy that is like actually psychologically
Wait,
needing help?
is that you rejecting the premise?
Pause. What's that guy's name? Deathless. That's literally Deathless's argument.
Well,
Are you a fan
who
of
the fuck
Deathless?
cares? Look, I don't care who that guy is. Can you reject the premise? Go ahead.
Okay. Do you want to have an actual conversation?
What do you mean by actual conversation? We are just talking. What?
Do you want to have an actual conversation? Stop. Talk like a human.
This is
Talk
a
like a human.
conversation.
Talk like a human. Do you want to have a conversation? Yes or no?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. What?
Okay, stop, chill. You need a chill pill. Relax. I
I
haven't
don't
even cursed yet,
understand.
and I usually curse. Usually I'm the one that freaks the fuck out. I don't need you to
Yeah,
start
because
it.
you're a dumb fuck. But can we have a conversation now?
I mean, he kind of does sound like that fat man, Deathless Light. Like, fuck.
Well, no, he
Like-
literally used Deathless's argument. So he said
Yeah, I know.
the non-existence of
saying.
God does not exist, therefore God exists, basically.
No,
I
that's
mean,
a blunder. Whoa, that's a blunder. I didn't say that.
I said basically, and if that's a straw man, wonderful, correct me.
So
it is a
actually,
straw man
one
because you're a snowboard.
Yeah, 100%. So restate it.
Well-
Dude, this isn't like some cagey Discord. Like, if we
Hold
say
on,
something
hold
wrong,
on.
correct us. You're not winning any points for saying blunder, low tier, back shots. Like, you're not, this isn't a Phil Bro circle jerk. So just talk like a human being. If I am incorrect in what I just assumed, then correct it.
So just to be clear, you didn't deny a premise, right?
I said say it again because my assumption of what you said, my steel man, according to you, is a straw man. So I'm asking you to repeat it and correct me.
Oh, okay. So you didn't try the first time. Okay,
Correct.
so
Pause. We're not doing this Philbro rhetoric. So you can either talk like a human, or I'm gonna drop you.
human. I'm
No, stop. You're using Philbro rhetoric. I just simply said, "Hey, here was my steel man." You said it was a straw man. I said, "Okay, would you go on ahead and correct me?" And your immediate response was a Philbro rhetoric. Oh, you're just not tracking error, like stop with the parroting. Just talk like a human. If I said it wrong and then I say correct me, just say, "Oh, okay, that's fair. Here, I'll say it again." And then say it again. Just fucking talk like a human being, dude. Go ahead.
Oh, you're not. Okay, okay. So you want me to repeat it? Okay, so the
Yes.
non-existence of God does not exist, therefore God exists.
Okay, right, yeah. The non-existence of God does not exist, therefore God exists. That's what I just said.
No, you didn't say the double negation part. So that's a
Okay,
blunder again.
then-
Wow.
Dude. Okay, you're boring. Tolto, you're not coming up because Jaden said that you're a hardcore transphobe, and I trust him. Yeah, that guy was incapable of dropping the fucking Phil Bro script. Go back to Discord, bro. You'll have a lot more fun there. Oh, you're not able to request Juju? I'll invite you up. I don't see him in the requests. I'm not able to request you up, man.
His account might not be old enough. It's either so you you have to either one, verify your account, or two, you have to wait until TikTok allows you, and then you have to wait some months.
Yeah, I hate Phil Bros too. I just don't allow it. Like, if they're gonna come up and immediately start with the jargon, bye bye. Oh, okay, low tier. Is that a concession? Sure, bro. Whatever helps you sleep at night. Cool. You're right. God exists. Thank you. Come again. Or don't. Like, I'm not doing that. Talk like a human being. If you're incapable of talking like a normal human, we're not gonna have a conversation. I'm not reading from a script. I'll look shit up. Like, if you tell me something and I'm ignorant on it, I'm gonna look it up and learn. If I am incorrect on something and I look it up and I am proven incorrect, I will change my mind. I'll look stuff up, but I'm not gonna read from a script. In fact, I think he is in the LGBT community. Are you talking about Talto?
Also, yeah, he is gay, but he's a transphobe. I have no idea.
I'm gonna have him up just because it sounds like maybe you guys just had a differing of perspective or something. Well, once I have the evidence, I will drop him. But it seems to be that, he hasn't done anything wrong to me. He hasn't done anything wrong to my community. If he has, if he wants to have a conversation, the second he says something, I'll drop him. But yeah, there's a Discord group called KG, where a bunch of first year semester students in philosophy get in and start jerking each other off in circles. And they're all sorts of atheists, theists. They all use the exact same arguments. They get nowhere, and they use a lot of jargon like low tier, slow boy, rhetorical back shots. They just use, like, if you mishear something, if you misunderstand something, if you slip up in any sort of a way of not being an absolute 100% objectively perfect human being with absolutely perfect memory and absolutely perfect vocabulary, and you ever so slightly in any way feel any sort of an emotion, they immediately call you out for it and say you lost an argument because of it. Man, we lost SX and Jaden? Oh, they're misogynistic as well? I've never heard them make sexist comments. What's up, Grayson?
What's up, Evidence, dude? Listen, bro. It's
Are
your
you
boy
over the age of
Grayson.
18?
Yeah, dude. I've been here before, bro. Come on, don't do this to your boy, dude. We're boys, dude.
I talk to a lot of people. Which God do you believe in?
The Christian God, but I was just here to tell you that we should have a drink together. On live. In
Oh,
memory
you
of
don't believe in a God?
No, I do. But in memory of 4th of July, we should have a drink.
I don't celebrate 4th of July.
Do you drink beers?
Sometimes.
What kind of beer you drink?
Typically Blue Moon.
Ah. All right, man. Well, you're my kind of guy, dude. I like what I'm hearing.
I thought you were a theist.
I am a theist, yeah. But that doesn't mean I can't drink.
No, I know, but you said I'm your kind of man.
Yeah, you're my kind of man for a drink.
Okie dokie.
I like what I see, buddy.
Coolio. Appreciate you.
Well, I love you, bye.
I love you too. Yeah, I was drinking on live last night and got like 30 restrictions. It was hilarious. Jay dropped because of my ignorance on someone's actions. Yeah, I don't do drama. Yeah, people say stuff in other lives that they're not going to say here. Like, if I have video proof or something of them saying something, or a text or something, like if I have some sort of a proof that they're like genuinely a horrible person, then yeah, I won't let them up. But if I don't have any demonstration of them being a douche, I don't, I gotta learn. I gotta figure it out. I gotta find it. I'm not just gonna take someone's word of mouth.
From my knowledge, it's a stupid situation. For one, he's part of the LGBTQ community, and I get you can't be transphobic if you're in it, but Talto's like a decent guy. And I think what happened is that there was people who were trans on his panel, and there was people who did not like that on his panel. And instead of like him using his powers as someone with mod powers, he just kind of sat there and let them talk. And it was a conversation that got directed towards insults, and I think Jaden didn't like how he didn't use his abilities. But it's like,
I do remember Jaden talking about that. Yeah, that doesn't make him a transphobe at all.
No, I just think it's a free panel.
What did I miss?
I mean, like, if
Nah,
someone's on
that's-
my panel and they're like consistently saying transphobic stuff, I'm gonna drop them. But I mean, if someone else doesn't do that, I'm not gonna like, you're evil.
I mean,
Is that not what it is, June? That's what you said in the first half.
No, he had verbatim went on my panel. I have a live recording of it. I still am working on getting the money to buy my own recordings because that's just how fucking Microsoft works. But besides that, yes, he was verbatim being a transphobe on my panel. I'm not the only person who heard it. If you really want to know, I even text 4D. 4D was there. It was either 4D or SO. I'm not the only person who heard what he had said about his take on trans people, and it was extremely phobic.
Okay, so he
and
said
there's other
something.
people that back it up. Yes,
what
and
do
there's
you mean
other
by
people that
phobic?
back it up.
Like, what do you mean by that? Like, it could be different verbiage that he's using that you consider phobic, but he might be meaning it in a different way.
So you mean when you say that transphobe people are bitches, you hate them, they complain too much, and they're whine about everything, and then just went on a tangent about how useless they are, and that whole 9 yards isn't being
You just
transphobic?
said that he was attacking transphobes.
No, he is.
Yeah, he's attacking transphobes.
I think Jaden meant to say. I think Jaden meant to say that trans people are that. That's what he was
Oh.
trying to say.
Yes.
If it's the guy I think it is, I do.
It is
notice-
Total.
Okay, yes, I have seen him be transphobic in
Have you?
lives
Okay.
before.
Mhm.
However, and my addition to this would be that I don't. If I think, in order to have a viable conversation about this stuff, we have to allow those people to.
I already
Well,
tried. He ran. He ran from the conversation. I tried to talk to him about it. That's why it took place on my panel.
I would let it go and like just talk to him as a human. And if he says something transphobic, then make it a problem. But I mean, if he's coming up here and he wants to talk about God or he wants to talk about supernatural and he's not being transphobic and he's not being racist or misogynistic, sure. Like someone like PMARS, I literally will not allow them up because they are literally a PDF file and I'm not going to give them a platform. Someone who has said something bad in the past but is never saying it on my platform, I don't have a problem with that.
I view it the same way as politics. Like, I may not agree with what you're saying, but you are allowed to have an opinion, no
Yeah.
matter how bad I think your opinion
Yeah,
is.
someone could be transphobic or racist and be up here. I'm not going to drop them just because they are. Now, if they consistently and continually attack the LGBT community or the racist, then I'll drop them if they don't stop.
Yeah, there's only one individual who I like forcibly drop, like if I can on every panel, and that's God's Eternal. He admitted to our wording his wife, brought his wife into a call, basically told her to tell him what he does. She described exactly the R word and said that, but he's my husband, he owns my body. And so now every
Gotta
time I
love
see him,
Christianity.
yeah.
What's up, Pat?
It's because he's Catholic.
What's up, Pat? You over the age of 18, man? Ha, you over the age of 18, brother?
Yes, I am.
All right, wonderful. Which God do you believe in, man?
I don't believe in Christianity God, but I believe in a God. There is evidence for this God.
Sure, which God? Can you give me like some sort of like characteristic or attribute of this God?
I guess a creator of everything.
Okay, so you do believe that everything at some point did not exist and then it came into existence.
Correct.
Okay. Why should I believe that?
There's Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. What's the Big Bang Theory
And
say?
there's also two hydrogen particles collided together, making an explosion, and whatever the case may be.
False.
So what's the claim?
Sober. Do you know the quantum field about it?
No, I do not. Can you let me in?
Sorry, you said two particles clashing together. That's like a super collider. Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
CERN does that, but that's not
What the Big Bang is. The Big Bang is basically quantum fluctuations, which I can get into that if you want.
Okay, not really. I would like to get into fourth dimension, I guess, because that is where
time.
If there is any God, yes. If there is any God,
We
that's
live
where
in
he-
time, bro.
Yeah,
I
we're
know,
in the
but-
fourth
but if-
dimension. It's
No,
kind of
no,
the
no,
same
no.
sense how we can see 3 dimensions since we're in 4-dimension space.
Yeah, we're
Like,
in the fourth dimension. So
if there was 3 dimensions, we would only see 2-dimensional.
And also, if your God is in the fourth dimension, we'd be able to see him because you're in the fourth dimension and I can see you.
We're not in the fourth dimension. at
Brother,
all.
you want to know how many dimensions there are? There is height, length, width, and time. There are 4 dimensions.
Yeah, there's 4 dimensions. You can only witness or like observe 3.
Yeah, that you can observe through, but I'm talking about the ones that you can't observe.
We still interact in the fourth, and we can still demonstrate that it is a fourth.
So how do we interact with the fourth if fourth is time and
Yeah, I
time,
mean,
you can do
yeah.
anything within that
You
time.
finishing
go
that
from
sentence
past,
was
present, and
us
future.
seeing the fourth dimension. We are about 20 seconds in the future of time of when you just started talking. So yeah, we just demonstrated time right there. Also, just now, One second.
What?
1 second.
Wait, fourth dimension is everything happening all at once.
No.
How is that even possible?
Nope. It's the measurement of moments. So when
Yes, that
the
means
moment,
that say I went to my house and then I left to the store. Throughout those time intervals, you are able to go. A fourth dimensional being is able to go through any of those points in time.
Nope. What you are talking about is general relativity of B theory. That's what you're talking about. The idea that all points in time are actualized. That's what you're talking about. But no, that's not what time is. Like, time is time and a timeline. And we live in this point in time. We can experience time in this point in time. Can I go back into 1920? No, but it did
Because
exist.
you're not fourth dimensional.
No, we are fourth dimensional.
we are 4th dimensional.
We are in
If a
time
fourth
right now.
dimensional being came into this reality, we will only be able to see bits
If
and
you have a
parts of their body.
capacity to experience time, you are a 4th dimensional being.
You are in a fractal of a fourth dimension.
You're having
So
a hard
we're in
time
it.
here, bud.
No, so if you have
cannot
distinct
physically
moments
see
in
a fourth dimension because
you don't
it's-
have to see it, we're experiencing it. There's there's some dimensions that aren't seeing, right? It's just the action that they do.
Okay, I guess. Well, help me understand the fourth. Do you know what a tesseract is?
Yeah.
How are we're not even capable of making that image in our mind?
Yeah, because we're not
Yeah?
capable of seeing like more than our
Fourth
3 dimensions
yeah,
that
exactly.
we observe.
We're not able to see.
No, you are not following it, Asad.
not following
So
at
the
all.
idea is, if we were in if we lived in a 3-dimensional space, right? If
Which
we
we do.
were in, nope, listen. Here, I'll make it simple. If we lived in a 2-dimensional space, and we tried making a tesseract of some kind, we would only be able to use what we know from the 1st dimension. You can only
Which would be the
see-
square.
No,
Just the base of a square, which is 2D flat square. That's all we would be able to see is the wall of it.
Look, the Tesseract.
Oh, look at that. I just saw a fucking Tesseract. That's crazy. You just said I
Yeah.
can't.
You cannot see the back of the tesseract, though, brother.
Yeah, you're seeing through it.
Fourth dimensional beings can see through and around.
You are seeing it.
objects.
And we can turn it around and look around it. We
So
can literally
we
stand
see
there.
through? Can we see through and around our dimension as we speak? If we're fourth dimension, we'll be able to
Yes.
see around the
I
corner.
am seeing height, length, width, and time.
Okay, listen. If there is a corner, and we're in the way of that corner, we cannot see around the corner. That is what fourth dimension beings are capable of doing.
Nah, that's what a 5th dimension would be able to do.
Search it up.
Yeah, you should look this up. You're very misinformed.
I just want to let you know, like, no matter the case, like, let's say if we are only 3rd dimensional, we would only be able to perceive things in 2-dimensional. That's how dimensions work.
Well, you know what? Let's
Okay,
skip
so
past
if
this.
we
You're
can't- if we
pause.
can't perceive other-
We're going to just like this is like a semantic bullshit, boring, circular, never getting anywhere, fucking dumbass argument. Now let's say this: you believe that there is some sort of a dimension that we can't interact or see, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you say your God lives there, correct?
He doesn't have to live there, but
Okay,
he
he
can live
lives
in
in
other
all
dimensions.
dimensions that we cannot fucking see, correct?
Correct. I got you.
All right, why the fuck should I believe that?
Just like the two dimensions, if I were to put you inside of a square and draw a square around you, you wouldn't be able to escape that square.
Okay, cool. That does not answer the question I asked you. Why should I believe that there are higher dimensions that I cannot fucking perceive and that this magical unicorn lives in those?
Well, I'm not going to be able to change your mind if you're not open.
I'm
to
very
having-
open, but it requires justification with epistemology. So,
You're
can you
very
demonstrate
open.
to me? I am very open, which is why I'm an atheist, because I was a hardcore flat earth believing biblical literalist Christian, and based on facts and evidence, I changed my mind. So, I am more open-minded than you. You are incapable of changing your mind if at the end of this conversation you don't change your mind or are incapable of seeing our points in general. So, I'm going to ask you for the third fucking time. There is this, in accordance with you, magical, mystical dimension that has zero fucking evidence for it, and this magical unicorn lives there, and according to you and you alone, and according to a book and a book alone with zero justification, why should I believe it?
I'm not saying you should.
Then fuck
but
off.
It's your choice.
Should
It's
I
your
believe in
choice.
him?
You have choice.
Should I believe in him?
I'm not saying. I'm not saying.
You came up here you came up here arguing the prompt that there's no evidence.
Hold up.
You
one second.
then misrepresented dimensions, and then you said there is evidence, and then provided none.
So what do you believe in then? What do you believe?
Doesn't matter. You're the one with the claim right now, dude. I'm asking you. Okay, first question. Should I believe in your God? Yes or no?
I don't have a. I don't have.
So
like,
your
a
answer is
stable-
no.
Okay, no. You don't.
Okay,
have to
then why
believe
the
in my
fuck are
God.
you up here?
You know, you're right.
I mean,
You're gonna believe in what you believe in anyways. I can't change your mind.
Yes, you can, but you are running like a pathetic coward.
I'll play the belief. I'll play the belief game with you. You know, I believe that a fairy fart created the universe, and that fairies now make gods because it's funny to them to watch stupid humans worship them. Right?
Exactly, but I'm not saying I follow a God that does that.
Well, you haven't
Cool,
said
that's-
anything about anything that we should or should not believe. You literally just came up here, we explained how dumb you were, and then you said, okay, yeah, you don't need to believe it. Okay, then you have no purpose in being up here. If you'd
But-
like to have a
but you're
discussion, shut up,
saying we
shut
live
up,
in
shut
the
up,
fourth
shut up, shut up,
dimension
shut up,
right
shut up, shut up.
You're
Shut up.
open-minded and you're telling me this.
You came up here after you saw the prompt that there is no evidence for God. We are asking you for evidence of God. You requesting up tells me that you want to argue for evidence for God. When I asked you if I should believe in God, you said no, which means you have no intention of showing me evidence for God, which means it's a waste of all of our time and the viewers' times for you to have requested in the first place. So would you like to have a discussion about why we should or should not believe in a God, or would you like to fuck off?
I would like to fuck off because you think
Okay,
we live
go
in the
fuck
fourth.
yourself sideways.
I mean, we do factually live in the fourth dimension.
Also, Jaden, do you remember that video that you sent me of that dimension thing?
Yeah.
That describes it like there was a 12-year-old kid describing dimensions, and he was talking about how, like, if we were in a 6-dimensional space, we would only be able to perceive 5 dimensions, and he explained it beautifully using like folders. So you can explain this topic using folders, and that dumbass couldn't wrap it
And
around his head.
I do agree with that wholeheartedly, but I'm under the impression that we live in 4 dimensions, height, length, width, and time. There is no demonstration that I should believe in another.
I think that kid's idea is actually pretty interesting. He actually like if you were to read through those comments, he does like other things. He posts on other
Oh, yeah, that
places.
kid's smart as shit.
Oh yeah,
He's not a
very,
kid
very
anymore because he
intelligent.
posted that 4th
No.
dimension like 10
Yeah,
years
no,
ago.
he's not a kid anymore.
Yeah, he's a full-grown adult. But yeah, super smart kid. There's another one on that's pretty new as well. I can't remember his name. I subscribe to him on YouTube. He posts a lot of shit. Oh, I do have someone over on YouTube. We're gonna go on ahead and get them up. Obviously, they won't
Alright.
hear you guys. Hey, Bia, you are one sec, and now you are unmuted. How are you doing? And is Bia correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you
How are
hear
you
me?
doing? Yeah, you over the age of 18?
Yes.
Wonderful. Which God do you believe in?
I believe in Jesus.
All right. Would you consider yourself a Christian?
No.
What would you call yourself? What religion do you follow?
I would say just Jesus Christ. I follow his words and his teaching. I don't try to associate with.
Sure. So you follow the Bible.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the definition
yeah.
of Christian. So we can move on from there. Thank you, Christian, for admitting that. Why should I believe in your God?
Well, so before I kind of continue, and I don't want to feel dumb or say anything stupid because I'm not super knowledgeable, but just based off of what I read and stuff, off
Sure.
of the evidence that I get from the Bible, like, and outside, there's some stories you can get from Egypt and stuff about this Jesus guy. And again, I'm still in the learning. The evidence that shows the way he lived and what he taught and like how he treated people kind of shows, at least to me, that he was a reasonable guy. He was legit. And the only thing you have to get over is, did he do miracles? And
Let's
my
say he did
thing is,
miracles. Why should I believe he's a god?
Would say that again?
Let's say he did do miracles. Let's say all the stories are true. Why should I believe he's a god?
Well, because he claimed
So?
that so if a man can, let's just say a man can do those things, right?
Gandhi.
And he did rise from the dead.
Gandhi, Muhammad, Dionysius, Horus.
Yeah, but they didn't.
Yeah,
they didn't claim to raise from the dead.
They did raise from the dead in accordance with the stories written down on pieces of paper, same as what the Bible is. It's stories written by human beings making claims.
In which, again, I'm sorry because I don't know 100% everything, but which story says that Gandhi risen from the dead?
I'm not saying Gandhi rose from the dead, but I'm saying like you have Horus, you have Dionysus, you have Zeus, Thor, Odin.
Oh yeah, but those are more mythological gods.
They are now. That's what happens to religion over time. They used to be believed just as firmly as Christians believe in the Bible.
Touche. I'll give you that.
Yeah, all of the world fucking believed in them. And before Jesus, there were Roman gods, of which is where the Bible gets a lot of their gods, like El and Yahweh.
Yeah.
Yahweh's a storm god that was stolen from their beliefs and put into the pantheon of Christianity.
See, I heard that side. I don't necessarily believe it was stolen. I just think.
What would you
they
call
just
it
had a
if you
well,
have
a
something that you
similar
have
word
and
a
I take
similar
it and
view.
put it into my thing and say it's mine alone? What would you call that?
Well, so like I just don't know if that actually happened. I don't see where
It did.
the evidence
Yeah,
of that.
it's in
took
Roman
place.
history.
That they stole it. They physically stole the
Again,
writing.
what would you call it if I took something of yours and then called it mine and mine alone?
Well, again, like I'm not saying that they stole it. What if they
Do
just
Christians say
created it at
Yahweh
the
is
same
the
time?
biblical Abrahamic God and no other?
I would say most Christians, yes.
Correct. Do
in
you?
in the church, no.
Okay, so you would agree that most of Christianity believes that Yahweh is the God of Christianity and no other God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the definition of stealing because he was part of another pantheon first. So if you take something, claim it as yours, and it doesn't belong to anybody else, that is the
Well,
definition of stealing.
Yes, but
There you go.
So you're claiming they're stealing the
Yes.
idea. I'm not saying they stole the idea, other than they used the name.
They took a god
Right? Well, they
then
took the name
said it
of
was
what
theirs
they
and changed
determined
whatever the
as
fuck they wanted.
a god, right? They just
Okay, so
Yahweh
you have a
was just
book. You have a book that you haven't published, or maybe you have published. I take that book and I make some changes in the book and I publish it as my own and say it is mine and mine alone. Is that stealing?
Yes.
Yeah, even though I changed something in it?
I mean, depends on what you mean by change, but yes.
Yeah, there you go. So they stole a god. Anyways, why should I believe this God exists in the first place?
Well, like I said, so if what he claims to be true, right? If Jesus' claims are factual, which so far in my studies seems, I can't find anything to debunk it. I can't find anything to demolish what Jesus claimed, other than the weird.
Can I ask you a
mystical
question there?
sense of his life. What's that?
I want to ask you an internal critique question.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight real quick. You said there are claims from Jesus. You believe Jesus existed and did some things, and you can't debunk the claims. Therefore, they are more likely than not true.
No. I'm just saying, based off of his life and the claims that other people have made upon his life, not the mystical and the spiritual shit, but the lively shit, his day-to-day shit.
Gandhi.
Well, kind of, but hear me out. Based off of everybody's claims of what Jesus is or who he was, that he was at least an honest guy, right? He hasn't said anything, at least nothing written in the Bible that shows that he had said anything contradicting or a flat out lie.
Really?
Based off of that, well,
Did he say that I
again,
and the Father
nothing
are
that
one?
Jesus himself, like there's nothing.
Did Jesus say
Other
I
people
and
could
the
have said
Father are
something.
one?
Other people could have written things, but I'm saying just historically, nothing Jesus had said.
Did Jesus say I and the Father are one?
Something similar to that, but yeah,
No, that's a
people
direct
interpret it
quote.
exactly like that. But again, there's many. That's
That's a
used in
contradiction.
many.
It's not possible to be one but two at the same time. One is one and two is two, so that's a contradiction.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it is. How is one able to be two?
What do you mean, like? So you're saying how can God be a physical form and in a spiritual form?
No, he said I and the Father are one.
Exactly. Yes.
How,
As in they are
am
like the same
I?
person.
Is it possible for me and you to be one person?
But we're not a god.
Well, neither is he. These are claims.
Well, the claims
Is
that
it possible?
he made,
Yeah, I'm making it.
right?
Okay,
Not
cool.
the
I make the
claim.
claim that me and you are God, you and I are one.
But then you have to at least give an evidence.
Yeah, I've got writings that say that I walked on water.
Writings from who? Who are these people?
All of my followers, which is over 10,000. More than
Okay,
Jesus.
but you got to understand, Jesus' followers were also against Jesus at times.
Yeah, so are
Do you
mine.
have followers like this?
Mm-hmm.
You have followers that turned against you, and you proved them wrong in the last waking moment.
What last
You
waking
risen from
moment?
the dead. Huh?
Yeah, I've risen from the dead. It says so in my book. Why are you saying that my book is wrong? That's so evil. I have witnesses. I have thousands of
Well, I'm not
witnesses.
saying like everything in the Bible is correct, right? I'm just saying at least through the stories of the Gospels,
Yeah, there's
Jesus'
stories about me,
stories,
bro.
right?
There's stories about me,
Right.
bro. I am God. I rose from the dead. It says so in my book. So here's the
Okay,
point that I'm making. How do you
but
know
what
that
is
any
the
of this is
book?
true?
So, okay, say that again.
My point is, how do you know that any of this is true? Like, I've got stories about me too.
Okay, but that's the thing. There's a part in faith that I have to take, right? I read the story about Jesus before I even get into all the craziness that is within the Bible, but just the Jesus gospel stories, right? It reads like
Who wrote the
the
Gospels?
newspaper, right? Jesus was here, he did that
Sure,
at
who wrote
this
the
time
Gospels?
with these people around. It's historical writing, right? That's how at least the gospels are written.
It's not historical.
And that,
Who wrote the Gospels?
well, you mean Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and
Yeah, who wrote them?
well, you got Peter, a John of some sort from somewhere. Could have been the John. They couldn't really definitively prove it, but given the evidence of how the writing was
You
written,
think Peter and John wrote Matthew,
the
Mark, Luke, and
numbers
John?
reading, huh?
Do you think just Peter and John wrote Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John?
No.
Okay, so who wrote the Gospels? That's what I asked you.
Well, you got Matthew. He definitely written part of it. John definitely written part of it. Second John definitely wrote part of it.
Nope. So the Gospels are actually completely anonymous, internal and external, and they were written
No,
decades after
that's
Jesus
not.
already
No,
died.
I mean you got to read that's. I mean, maybe 5 years ago. Yeah, sure. They were
No,
still
today
a
the
complete
consensus
mystery
is
of
that it
all
is
of it, but
still
no, they
completely
definitely figured
anonymous.
out John written
That's
part
false.
of it. No, it's not.
It's
And
objectively
you
false.
can't even prove me wrong on that one.
Yes, I can.
Shit, you can go through the historical records and
Yeah,
they
go to
most
this,
recently determined
dude.
John written John.
My source is going to be Bart Ehrman and other scholars. Go to the
Okay,
scholarly
then go to the
sources.
biblical scholars that literally just
Okay, I gotta mute you. You don't stop talking. My sources is the scholarly consensus based in the contextual writings in stylometry. which is that they're completely anonymous. How do we know this? Well, we know that the names were attributed in the 2nd century by Irenaeus. Why did he attribute them? Well, he kind of just threw the names in there, but he also stated that, according to hearsay, he said Polycarp worked with John. There's no evidence of that anywhere. It's just hearsay from some random dude. It's the equivalent of you saying that I know somebody. How do you know that? How does anyone listening to you know that? I will unmute you now.
You have a point, and I'll give you that. You can't definitively prove that any of the people claim that written it. However,
They're
you
not.
have the
They were also
biblical
written
scholars.
decades after. Scholarly consensus is they're anonymous, so you lose this argument.
No, okay, maybe as of 5 years ago.
No, as
but
of
you
today.
gotta
Look it up.
think of it as modern right now. That's
As
not
of
entirely
today,
true.
it is 100% anonymous internally and externally.
I highly doubt that.
Okay, I couldn't give a fuck less about your opinion. The fact is, the scholar consensus as of today
Well,
is
I
that it's
mean,
anonymous.
I know it to be true because, well, you can Google
Name
it
one
and
scholar.
see what the consensus says.
Name one scholar.
What, Bill Ackman?
Oh, there you go.
What do you want? Like he's literally
I was just double checking you.
against biblical scholar. Like he doesn't believe in the Bible, and he even determined that they can at least say John written John.
No, they can't. Why does he say that?
Well, look, I'm not.
John was attributed by
Irenaeus,
Irenaeus, so why does this scholar say it?
I didn't do the studies he did. So
Okay, so you don't know it
can't
either.
definitively say this.
I have done the
I'm
studies.
just going with a guy who's much smarter than I and took the time to do it.
Correct.
Now,
And
whether
why
it's
did
that
he say it is the
correct, I
question.
don't know.
Are you having a hard time hearing me?
I'm sorry. I might be talking over you. I apologize.
Very much so. What is this on screen? Let me check that out real quick. All right, let's see. The canonical Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Yeah, zoom that out a little bit. We got the 4 canonical Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, are traditionally attributed to these figures, but modern, as in today, buddy, scholarship generally views them as anonymous works likely composed by followers or communities rather than the named apostles themselves. So that's the scholarly consensus as of today, and it was just Googled. Thank you very much. So I stand corrected, as I just said, on top of me giving you some scholars. So we can move past that. Why should I believe it's true?
To say, well, then my question, if you allow me to ask, would be, all right, you're saying there's no evidence for God. Then what is it that you believe in, and what is the evidence that you believe in is true?
Yeah, I believe you and I exist. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah, the observation is the evidence. I believe that gravity exists. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah,
but
there's evidence of
observation
that based in
can be
mathematics and
evidence.
space-time curvature with different tools that we can use to test and experience it to some observation degree. So I believe in objective reality without unicorns and fairies.
I agree.
There's no evidence for a unicorn. There's no evidence for fairies. There's no evidence for Hogwarts, Voldemort, Zeus, Odin, Jesus, God. Yeah, I believe in facts.
Well, there's evidence for Jesus, at least his existence.
I'm a mythicist. I don't believe he existed. Why should I believe he existed?
Do you not believe in the presidents of
I
the
do.
past?
Yeah, I do. You want to know why? Name one.
Well, what do you mean? Andrew Jackson. There's historical written knowledge of places where he was, what he did, at what place and at what time. The same thing that's written about Jesus, that's not just in the Bible. It's written in Egyptian history.
All right. Andrew Jackson, we have his early life record. He was born on March 15th in 1767 in the Waxhaw settlement. So there is literally a birth certificate. That's one evidence. Where's Jesus' birth certificate?
They didn't have those back then.
Correct. No, but they did have
So why would
writings.
you demand
They did
the
have writings.
evidence
They
where
did
there
have
is no
writings.
such
They did have
evidence?
writings. They did have writings. Do you
No,
have
that's
one?
what? No,
Do you
they
have one?
didn't.
Do you
You're
have? Do you
insane.
have?
You're
Do you have? I'm
insane.
sorry. I'm talking. Do you have one contemporary writing about Jesus? Go ahead.
One contemporary writing about Jesus? What do you mean?
First-hand contemporary. Sorry. Want to make sure you're right.
So contemporary is in the time of. Is there one person in history, in the time of, first-hand witness for Jesus in existence?
Well, the Egyptians, yeah, if
False.
that's outside the Bible.
Name one Egyptian sighting
I don't
that
know
states
the
firsthand
guy's
witness
name by
that they
heart, dude. You
witnessed
can
God
you
or
can
Jesus.
easily find the writings where the
Yeah,
Egyptians
it
talk
doesn't
about a
exist. It's a trick.
story of
It's a
this
trick. It's a.
guy
It's a. It's.
that
It's. I'm sorry. I'm talking. It's a trick question. It doesn't exist. There's no such thing as contemporary firsthand witness of Jesus. The first
I don't know
writings
what.
didn't. That
Again, I
I'm sorry.
just
I'm
said I didn't
talking.
know
I'm
what you were
talking.
talking
I'm
about.
talking. The first writings about Jesus didn't appear till decades after the supposed death.
No, that's not. No,
It is
not
correct. It
entirely.
is objectively true, historically,
No,
theologically.
because you have again, you have the Egyptians that say when they were Rome, and they just have this in their papers, right? They had like newspapers like we did, just
Let's
not
look this up.
papers.
Let's look this up.
And they said that
Egyptian.
they
Let's look this
walked
up. Shh.
into.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up. You don't listen very well. Egyptian contemporary.
I'm not saying contemporary. You're the one
That's
implying this word.
correct.
Stop
There is not
implying that
one.
word.
Correct. There is not one single contemporary eyewitness account of Jesus
I
having
never said
existed.
this. You're the only one
You
claiming
did. You
that.
literally just said yes, the Egyptians. Yes, I do agree that after decades of the story being passed around through 9 crusades, the Edict of Theodosia, where they made it illegal to be anything except for a Christian, where they slaughtered people left and right and imprisoned people for not being a Christian and spread it through blood and sword.
This was
You're
before
right. I do
Christianity.
agree that after that, there was a lot of writings about this man named Jesus.
No, I'm talking about before Christianity. Before that, they have the stories of just this guy claiming to
Yeah, there's
do
many.
what they call dark
There's many people.
magic. His name
Yeah,
was
so
Jesus.
that's called an apocalyptic preacher. They had many of those back then, with
No,
many
he
people writing
wasn't.
about them.
No, it's just in the writings. They said there's this guy in Egypt
Yeah,
that he
there were
came
many.
back from
There,
Jerusalem or came
listen,
back from somewhere over there
listen,
and
Linda,
heard the
listen, Linda,
stories.
listen, Linda, listen, Linda. There are many writings of many apocalyptic preachers. Jesus, those writings didn't appear until decades after.
I'm not talking about Jesus' writings.
Yes, we were.
No, you are. I'm not.
All right, try it again. And how high are you right now?
I'm kind of high. I'll
Yeah,
give you
because
that.
you're not tracking like at all with your own conversation.
Fair enough.
Well, I'm kind of bored of this. You have no clue what you're talking about. Go do some research. Go look at the
I have.
consensuses. Go look at some sciences. Learn about objective reality and
Science
how things
doesn't tell
work.
you anything about Jesus, man.
That's because he didn't exist. So
He
there's
did exist. You're historically illiterate if you believe Jesus didn't exist.
I am a mythicist, which is among the minority, correct, but I have no justification to believe he existed, even though people say he existed. People also said the earth is flat. That is objectively false. I don't appeal to authority. I don't appeal to people. I don't give a fuck what people say. I care what the evidence says. And since
And
there's
the
no evidence,
evidence
pause,
says
pause,
that
pause. I'm going to have to
histor-
mute you since you don't shut the fuck up. Since there is absolutely no evidence justifying my belief in this creature, this character, this myth about this man walking on water, turning water into wine, Dionysus, I have no justification to believe it. It's just because 90% of people do believe it doesn't make it true. 100% believed the earth was flat at some point, didn't make it true. I don't care what people believe. I care what the evidence tells me to believe. So we're going to let you go. Sober up. Hopefully one day you'll be able to have an actual conversation. We do have a caller here on... Fuck, he left. We did have a caller on TikTok.
Yep.
That was a disappointing discussion. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was stoned out of his mind.
There was zero tracking. I mean,
Yeah.
like it's not much different. It's not much different than the average Christian conversation, but like with the addition of kept slurring his words.
At first, I thought he was drunk, but once he like forgot what he was talking about, I was like, oh, he's high.
Yeah, I've never once heard somebody make the claim that there's Egyptian writings
Me
of
neither.
Jesus. That's the first time.
I've heard that one before. A lot of it was like debunked in the early 2000s. There was a point where, I think it was on the Sphinx. They thought there was writings that mentioned Jesus, but it was because there was a dove in the writings.
Yeah, that's how they do a lot of that stuff. Egyptian newspapers of him, no less. Yeah, that's correct. They had newspapers thousands of years ago, apparently. That's
Don't
crazy.
you know the Egyptians made the printing press? Like that. How do you think? Like let's be real here. How do you think they got the blocks, the pyramids there? They had to put ads out in the paper, and then the aliens picked up the ads that were in the paper, and like the aliens were like, "Wow, you made a printing press. That's so cool!" And they helped the pyramids.
So funny. It's fucking hilarious. All right, guys, this has been a 3.5 hour stream. I am mentally fucking exhausted. So we're going to call it.
Have fun.
So, yeah, you guys all have a good day. Appreciate everyone being over here. You guys are amazing. This has been fun. Ravis, I love you. And you guys have a good day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. YouTube, appreciate you guys. All the contributions are amazing. You guys are absolute legends. We're going to be working on getting some actual videos out as well for you guys and for the channel members. I'm going to get some member-only videos going out as well to give you guys some content specified for you. Appreciate you guys being here. Mods, you're absolutely fucking amazing. And I will see you guys next time.